hello. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday to y'all. Good to see ya. What is up, Lucid? Aces of Death, first time sub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Man, the green screen's wonky again. This green screen. Why do I always have green screen issues? It looks good on my OBS. You can see my OBS. Look how clean and beautiful it looks there, but it doesn't look as good on the actual Twitch. I don't know. Well, we'll get to that later. How is everyone today? Pixie Wigs, Weird Joe, Bear Snake, Lucid, Guanji. How are you today? Welcome. Gigantic Birdie, Goblins by Night Settler, James, saw you earlier, hope all is well, recovering from the shot, King of Carrot Flowers, good to see ya, Silvos, welcome, oh man, so we're gonna have some fun today. I'm excited. I have really been enjoying Historic lately, and we got some interesting decks to try out. We are starting with some cards that we haven't got to play yet, which are Mana Tithe and also Ephemerate. This is maybe, I love that Mana Tithe art too. It's so good. That is the face of someone who has just not had the one mana to pay for their spell. You can see the disappointment, the horror, the shock on the face. The art is so good of the Mana Tithe. One of the least powerful decks we've played in a while. This deck is tiny creatures, kind of like tempo-y, grindy, blinky, annoy you. We'll see how it goes. But most importantly, we're going to monetize some spells, and then monetize some more spells. So that's going to be super fun. So that's number one on our list. Backup decks. People have been asking about the Lutri Pact deck, so maybe we try some Lutri, Tainted Pact, Wombo, Combo, Thassa's Oracle, Shenanigans. So that's on the list. The crazy Mizzix Mastery pile, which I'm still not exactly sure what I'm supposed to do with this deck. I know that I'm supposed to discard things with Cathartic Union, Thrilling Discovery. I'm supposed to Mizzix Mastery those things into play, hopefully Emergent Ultimatum. Not 100% sure on the Emergent Ultimatum piles, though. They're a little bit convoluted with this one, so we'll see. If we play that one, we will probably punt away. And then other Ephemerate decks that other people have built. There's this green-white one that I found that looks kind of sweet, just like blink your stuff and kind of grind out some value. Sadly, the Mana Tithes are in the sideboard, which is a point against the deck, but still, so we're going to have fun. But we're starting with white-black Mana Tithe Blink Shenanigans. So that is plan number one for today. Howdy, Thomas. How are you? Also, I don't know if you saw this on Twitter. You might have. In celebration of the internet's favorite holiday, 420, of course, I built a Commander deck, which, if you wanna meme around in Commander, I think this deck cracks me up. It is like the stoner comedy movie of Magic decks. I think it's just like every somewhat 420-ish reference I could find, and it does make me laugh. It does. So many of the cards in this deck just absolutely crack me up. The deck is probably not good. It's led by, of course, Azika, God of the Trees, but we got like Green Seekers, we got some Puffer extracts, we got the Smokestack going, we have Chandra Blaze, of course. We're blunting the assault, so it cracks me up. So the list, I'll put it in the chat if you want to see it and mess around with it. But I think it's pretty funny. It is timely for the internet's favorite holiday. So even the Mana Base. As a non-American follower, what is the deal with 420? So initially 420 was kind of a like unofficial marijuana smoking holiday. Obviously not an official holiday because it's legal, but that's what it's related to. But I think that 420 at this point is kind of more of just a meme than anything, where I don't know if anyone actually like celebrates 420. I gotta fix this green. Whoa, that's too green. There we go. That's better. I don't know if anyone actually celebrates it, but yeah, I think it's just basically a meme. Greek BF and Gunner Sniper, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. 421. That's one too many. Out of here, Eddie Skinny. Now, hopefully we'll get more than that. All right, we got a new donation. Then we'll do reminders. Then we'll start playing Magic, and then we can talk about whatever y'all want to as we go along. Lenny XYZ, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup here for you. Aces of Death, $5 donation. Hey Seth, I watch your videos all the time. Glad to catch your stream live. Love the modern content especially. Ooh, well, Aces of Death. Sweet modern deck coming up for Much Brew this week. I've been working on it this morning. It is a good one. So thank you for the donation and the compliment. Definitely appreciate it. And Lenny X, I think you got that one. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, plenty of people who celebrate it. Really? Interesting. I didn't know there was actually... I didn't know... I've never been to like a 420 party or something. Is it like Christmas? How do you celebrate 420? Or are there like parties going on that I've been missing? Maybe just no one likes me and I never get invited to the 420, but that is also possible. Now I feel bad that there's probably all these sweet holiday things going on and I never get invited to them. Alright, so reminders. Replay YouTube, that's where you find all the old... Wait, gotta type in the chat, not in Arena. Replay YouTube, that's where you'd find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Hey, what's up, Box Molder? Normal YouTube, Krim did some phoenixing today. Tomorrow, we are standarding for Against the Odds. Sweet modern deck for Much Brew this week. Tons of other stuff coming up, so keep it out on the YouTube. Or Rail, welcome to the Fishbowl. Or Coral, thank you for your subscription. Big soup here for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For Commander decks, is it better if I email you or Tomer is a comic brew you might want to try out? Can go with both. You can email them to people at their first name at mtggoldfish.com. So like Seth at mtggoldfish.com goes to me, Tomer at mtggoldfish.com will go to Tomer, etc., etc. A reminder that our sponsor this afternoon is the ever awesome Card Kingdom. And I don't know, maybe you need some Strix-Saving cards or maybe some other cards. You can get them at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one. In your order notes, they'll hook you up. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Disconnected Bizer, welcome to the Fishbowl. And Jonathan Snow, 40 months. That's insane. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Big soup here for you. And another new donation already from Lucid, $3 donation. Seth, the town I live in, had a legal weed smoking holiday on the town green on 420 every year before COVID. Wait, was weed legal in the town that you lived or the state that you lived in? Or did they have like an exception? Does the town code have like for one day, like the Purge, like the stoner version of the Purge? For one day only. Thank you for the donation, Lucid. I mean, that's pretty cool. Otherwise, merch page, toasted, t-shirts, playmats, good way to support the stream and the channel and the site. Donations, we've already got a couple, never required, always appreciated. $2 more gets your message right on stream. No, we're just talking about 420 memes. I made a 420 commander deck. So we've just been talking about 420 in the memes of 420. All right, so it was exactly like the Purge. All right, so what are we starting with today? We are starting with White Black Blink, I'm calling it. But really, it's Mana Tithe. We're playing Mana Tithe. What is the idea of this deck? Well, we are Mana Tithing people. First and most importantly, that is the main thing. Lukios, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. So Mana Tithing people. Trying to get in with that. Otherwise, we're kind of just like ephemerate valuing. We got some like sneaky blink synergies. Make you discard, blink it, make you discard, Charming Prince, blink acquisitions expert, make you discard, make some clues with Draven Inspector, tax you a little bit with Elite Spellbinder, Callous Blood Mage, which I still think is a good card. No one else believes me, but we're going to find out. If there was ever a deck to make Callous Blood Mage good, it's probably this one. Making pests, drawing cards, exiling the graveyard, doing it again, Glorious Protector to blink everything and save our team. So essentially just like blink value with Mana Tithe to annoy our opponents like crazy. So that is the main plan. Isn't that good? I got no idea, but there will be Mana Tithes. Chuck Gosling, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you. So let's give it a shot. Let's give it a try and see if it even works. And like I said, we got a bunch of backups, so we're going to have fun today one way or another. So I initially had Pandemonic in the deck, And I love Panharmonicon more than just about anything. And maybe I should still add one back in because I love Panharmonicon so much. But the kind of issue was Historic is just really fast right now. So it's difficult to find the time to take the turn off for Panharmonicon. So that's kind of the issue. And I will try to get a Mana Tithe counter going. We probably should have a Mana Tithe counter. Ooh. No Mana Tithe, one land. If we had a Mana Tithe or 3 and one land, I might keep, but. Ooh. Alright. Okay, yeah. Well, now we're going to keep just because we don't really have a choice. Alright, let's get this Mana Tithe counter. That is a Mana Tithe, but we have a tap land. Mana Tithe. Oh, they're playing vampires? Uh-oh. Well. Ooh, if we play this untapped, they're gonna know. They're gonna know something's up. I don't know if it's worth it or not. Why can I not get this Mana Tithe? Here we go. Here we go. This one will work for the Mana Tithe counter, I think. Alright, there's Mana Tithe. Now, how do I add a image, which will be Mana Tithe? Hang on. Sorry, everyone. Oh no, where's my Mana Tithe image? Okay, Mana Tithe. Boo. Whoa, it's huge. It might be a little excessive. All right, we're gonna play it. So we're gonna play it slow. We're gonna play it for the Mana Tithe. Opponent hits us. If we play the land untapped, then our opponent definitely knows. Ha ha! Boom! Added to the counter. Mana Tithe 1 has been achieved. Play a land. Play a Thraben Inspector. Play a Charming Prince. Blink the Thraben Inspector. Opponent might be playing something similar to what we're playing. All right, there we go. Now we need to start adding numbers to the Mana Tithe. Off to a good start though. Can I make it wider? The Mana Tithe? Maybe. Oh man, this is. I should have set this up beforehand. Add text. Number 1. Boom. Number 1. Move it to the Mana Tithe. Okay, we're getting there. Oh, you're gonna make us discard? We'll discard Thalia. Does it? Opponent is playing like essentially the same deck we're playing, or something very similar to it. Callous Blood Mage. We will draw a card. No attacks. Alright, almost. Almost got the counter set up. And then I can see the chat, I promise. We need to change it to black, I think. So we can see it. Alright, there we... Look at that. Look at that. Opponent is doing the same thing we're doing. Ephemerates us. Well, we'll discard Thalia. Opponent. Thankfully, our creatures are somehow bigger than our opponent's creatures. Passes. I'll play a Plains. Play a Thraben Inspector. Play another Thraben Inspector. Thraben Inspector is locking down our opponent's entire board at them. Oh boy, opponent's going to take 4 to draw a card. Alright, time to go aggro. Get in there. Corral, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Yeah, we'll kill those. Sure. Death to both of you. Pass the turn. The clues are stacked up. Oh, someone sent me a Lorehold Time Warp deck that maybe we'll try at some point, because that actually looks pretty sweet. I assume that if our opponent's playing Ephemerate, their deck has got to be mostly creatures. So I would guess that Thalia is not especially good against them. Maybe it's better than I think, but my guess is it's pretty medium. Oh, is it you, Jimmy? Oh, sweet. I think it's going to be in this week's Fish Tank. Yeah, I might have to try a version of it at some point. Hey, what's up, Monster? How are you? I think the DVD screensaver is broken at the moment. I think you're missing a color unless it's Gideon Chance for Glory combo. Wait. Who's missing a color? Oh, you know what's sweet is Chance for Glory to Fairies protection. Glorious. Oh. What happens if you phase out? Does anyone know? Oh. What's an Ephemerate? That is an Ephemerate. We'll go to combat. We will attack you viciously with all of our all of our Thraben Inspectors. Opponent's playing like exactly what we're playing. Opponent, are we blinking the Dusk Legion Zealot? The answer is yes. Well, we will Ephemerate Thraben Inspector. Hit ya. What are the chances that our first match... I brewed this deck. This is not someone else's deck. What are the chances that someone else is playing essentially the same exact deck? What happens if you phase yourself out? Hey, what's up, Diva? Good to see ya. Diva is... So, I've always called you Holy Diva. But then I was watching someone else's stream, and they said Diva. Is it Diva, like scuba diva? Or is it diva, like, I don't know, a singer? This has been going on for a long time, too. And I just realized that I could potentially have been mispronouncing your name the whole time. Stream every day this week. Oh, I don't know if it'll actually be every day. Tuesday, Thursday, and Monday for sure. Well, blank this, draw a card. Opponents are the same thing we are. They really are. I'll draw a card. Castle Queen's not bad. Another Castle Queen, I guess, is fine. I'll play a land. Callous Blood Mage. Draw a card. Lose a life. Gonna be hard to get value out of this one, I think. The time, I do not know if we're going to be adding another number to the counter at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, opponent's going to have to cast an Ulamog or something. Maybe if our opponent's on the Ulamog plan, we can get him, but... It comes from a Dio song, but I thought Diva was pronounced the same as diver in English. Later found out it wasn't the case. Ah, I see. So you accept either, essentially? English doesn't make sense to me, and I have grown up in America and spoken since I was a baby. English is not a language that makes sense. I mean, in case you were wondering, you probably all figured that out already. Just watching YouTube videos. But English, it doesn't make any sense. I really don't get it. It is broken and not in the like Splinter Twin or whatever way. Like really powerful. Broken in the why? Why would we design a language like this way? We needed some removal. We have not done a good job of finding removal or flyers, and now we're just kind of dying in the air, which is really awkward. So if we attack with everything, they probably Glorious Protector. Actually, no, then we get to Mana Tithe them. Alright, let's attack with everything. We gotta close out this game somehow. Opponent blocks. Come on. Whoa, they're going to cash it in? Oh, I thought we were the one that's dying, but our opponent feels like they're the one that's dying. Uh-huh. I do not know Holy Diver by Dio. Should I? Is it good? We have Vanishing Verse in the sideboard. Our main deck, the only removal we really have is... Oh, they did. Okay. In our main deck, the only removal we really have is... Skyclave Apparition. Oh, Dio's a heavy metal band? Wait, no. Who is... Who is the woman who Eminem covered in the song... about the kid writing him the letters. That's not Dio? Oh, Dido. Oh, I assumed that I thought that was the same thing. Okay. I see. Uh, I guess there's probably a difference there, isn't there? Oh, goodness. Yeah, let's just pass. Opponent's gonna crack the glue. I think this time we make a pest. Make a pass. Pass the turd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, we're kind of presenting lethal at the moment. About it. And we got the defense. Oh, what are we using the channel point? Oh, Elderfang just. Oh, that's fine. Nice thing about having our card got by Paulo is can't be discarded. About it. I think, you know what the difference is? Our opponent does not appear to be playing Mana Tithe, and we are. And I think that's why we're going to win this game and our opponent's going to lose. Crack a clue. Ooh, that's a draw. That's a real draw. Crack a clue. Ephemerate's also good. That's actually super good. So 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Well, alright, play Thalia. Number 1. Skyclave Apparition. Snag your Elderfang Disciple. Swing with everything. Another Glorious Protector. Oh, opponent, I got bad news for you. Wait. Alright, let's see what they do. So, opponent gonna do some blocking, I presume. Blocks Blood Mage, Charming Prince. Well, alright. Save the Blood Mage. Make a pest. It's working! It's kind of actually working. Opponent down to 1 single point of life. They're going to need a great draw or they're getting pests. Lad, add. I have some jank. I must help Finn the Fangbear with Echoing Equation. Oh, I still want to... opponent goes out on their own terms. I can respect that. And we had the Mana Tithe. We had the Mana Tithe. They did not have the Mana Tithe. I guess we could have blinked Charming. Yeah, you're right. Good call. That would have been better. That would have been better. Maybe we need to add a Ephemerate punt counter below the Mana Tithe counter. So, not really excited about Thalia in this matchup. Vanishing Verse seems good. Maybe Settle the Wreckage? They don't have the Mana Tithe. I really think that's the difference. That really, we're playing, they don't also didn't appear to have Callous Blood Mage. So it kind of feels like our opponent is just like, I don't know. They didn't watch the top 10 video where I tried to tell everyone that Callous Blood Mage is awesome. Yeah, I guess chat is kind of like a running punt counter. Why are we not playing the new Punishing Meddling Mage? Because I think the card's really bad. No offense to Silver Quill Silencer fans out there, but honestly, I would be tempted to splash into blue and play actual Meddling Mage before I played Silver Quill Silencer. I mean, I guess the other answer is it doesn't really do anything with the blink plan in specific. Spellbinder seems kind of meh in this matchup. They have a 3/4 flyer. Yeah, we'll get on one Spellbinder. Actually, wait. Yeah, let's go 2 Settle the Wreckages. Try it like that. You missed Tithe number 1. Middling Mage is the perfect. I mean, so Silver Quill Silencer, I do think it has a role. I think that Silver Quill Silencer's role is to be a pretty solid play for like some sort of Orzhov aggro deck. Like, I think that is a role of Silencer, but I don't see it as a very good like lock piece or whatever. Oh, I feel bad about this. I really do, but we're gonna discard the Mana Tithe for now, and hopefully get our opponent back here with Acquisitions Expert. Your turn to discard, Fred. We have another new donation from. All right, you're in the swamp. I never try to, from Dryce 2025 donation. I never get to catch these early streams, but I'm on vacation this week. Ooh, awesome. So now I get to watch while I sort my Magic cards. Thanks for the great content. Well, thank you so much, Dryce. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I need to sort my Magic cards sometime. That is on my to-do list. I wonder why our opponent's playing Elderfang Disciple. Isn't Elderfang Disciple strictly worse than Acquisitions Expert? I mean, I guess it's not strictly, because this could die with the trigger on the stack, but isn't it essentially worse than Acquisitions Expert? Well, 3 minutes Spectre. Acquisitions Expert, make it discard. Thank you so much for the donation, by the way. I don't think our opponent's partying, though. Get a land. No attacks. The opponent gets one more round of blinking with their Ephemerate. No, they're both 2 mana. 2 mana, 2 mana. They both make you discard. This has more toughness. The only downside is, if this gets killed with the trigger on the stack and you don't have any other party types, your opponent wouldn't have to discard, but... okay. So opponent has done their thing. Whether or not their thing will be enough, it's going to depend on these top decks. We have more card draw than our opponent does, which is good. Opponent, big attack. Well, we will kill your Charming Prince. Our 1/2s have actually been really good. Is it? Well, I guess it's less wild cards. That is true. Ooh. I do like Callous Blood Mage. Callous Blood Mage. Draw a card. Charming Prince. I think we will blink Callous Blood Mage. See, Callous Blood Mage is really good. It's a really good Magic the Gathering card. It's showing its worth. Yeah, Bellhaunt is good. I left it out because it's 4 mana, but... Alright, draw another land. Pass the turn. Opponent goes attacking. Well, block and block. Played against Jeff Hoogan last night in Historic. He was playing Izzet Turns deck with Izzet spells that make treasures. When you discard the Laurel Dragon, Indomitable Creativity... might be worth finding to play on stream. Oh, that actually sounds that sounds pretty sweet, Stilts. Alright, so stop on your draw step. No attacks. Let him draw. Ephemerate. I have bad news, opponent. Ooh, get rid of that Bellhaunt. Out of here. The power of instant speed discard. Opponent goes attacking. No blocks. We do need, like, one more threat. I'll draw a card. Down to 12. Another Ephemerate. Yeah, there's not even really any point. Oh, we have to. Okay. I guess we don't have a choice when it's coming off a rebound. Okay. Well, we will stop on your draw step, poor opponent. I'm starting to feel slightly bad about this. Make him discard. Hey, thank you, Gibberdot. About it. What did you draw this turn? Oh, alright, just a plains. Still not bad. About it. Combat. Attacks. We will draw a card. Alright, so we got to settle the wreckages for days. Blanket. Ooh, Blood Mage is nice. Blood Mage. Draw a card. Thraben Inspector. This deck actually feels sweet. I like it. Make a clue. Pass the turn. We're getting our 1-2s going again. Alright, let's check the clue. In a market for a new computer chair, you're a big guy like me, which chair do you use? That's a good question. I would actually have to look at the name of this chair. I do like this chair, but I do need to get another one at some point. I've had it for a couple of years, and it still works fine, but it's getting a little creaky. Jable's Big Booty! How's it going today? I'm doing well. I am very much enjoying this deck so far. Charming Prince. Exile Callous Blood Mage. No attacks. Draw a card. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, show us a 5-drop. Close. Opponent kills a thing. Passes. Well, play a plains. Go attacking. Pass the turn. We kind of just want our opponent to swing out. Skyclave Apparition. Come on. Come on. Come on. Show us what you got, opponent. Yes. Yes. Got him! That does make our Mana Tithe a tiny bit worse. Oh. Well, tap land. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Draws another land, but it makes creatures. Opponent passes. We draw even more. Oh my god, the flood. We've drawn so many lands this game. That's our big issue. We have a new donation from... Opponent makes a token. Pot of Greed, $5 donation. Jeez, another Chupacabra. We have 9 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've almost drawn more lands than our opponent, and we gave them 4 lands with the Settle the Wreckage. Well, thin the deck. Every land basically gone. Opponent goes attacking. Hits us. We're running out of time. We need to draw a real Magic card. Pot Agreed with a $5 donation. Here's a $5 for my favorite MTG content creator. Thank you, Pot Agreed. Keep up the great work and great opening memes. And not to bring up bad Commander Clash memories, but Spellbinder is looking awfully cute next to Dranith. Oh my goodness, we're breaking land records here. Whew, oh, so many. All right, that's so many lands. Opponent's gonna make a token. Opponent makes us discard. Well, Mana Tithe did kind of do something there. I don't know if we can get out of this at this point. We've just hit so many lands. Yeah, Boros Burn, I think, is actually a decent option for Historic. Opponent goes attacking. Well, we will settle your wreckage again. We have not found our castle. We need a good draw. We need a really good draw. Play 3-mana Narset and cast Prismary Command on opponent on their draw step, making him loot away their cards and miss their draw step. That actually sounds pretty sweet. Alright, so we get a 2-2. We will greedily draw. Please not a land. I'll play a land. Charming Prince. Gain 3 life. Opponent makes a dork. Draw a card. Oh! Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Opponent 3-bit inspector. Oh no, that's so many lands. We are drawing each and every one. Opponent, another 3-bit inspector. Cracks it. Taking advantage of all the lands we gave our opponent. Opponent. Ephemerate. Okay. Well, opponent is not drawing lands. Opponent is drawing straight heat. Well, Skyclave Apparition. Hit a 3-bit inspector. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, draw a card. Thankfully, we're getting all the lands out of the way, so eventually we have to draw real cards. 3-bit inspector. Alright, we have once again sort of stabilized for the moment. Here comes Ephemerate to draw our opponent a card. Call Noah? What's up with Noah? Opponent. Sexy Glue. Opponent. Finds their own Skyclave Apparition. Hits ours. Well, we could hit Ephemerate. That would be good. Alright, we do not. Wow. Alright. Huh. Well, I guess that most likely does it. Make a pest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess we're not technically dead yet. Opponent draws a Castle Lockwing. And yeah, it doesn't gain life until it dies. And it doesn't die until we die. Opponent drew something because they're thinking. Where's all of our good cards? Where's all the good cards? Opponent. I still don't think they can really attack until they have lethal. Opponent passes. We found more lands. Draw a card. Now we're dead. That was brutal. Interesting. Well, I don't know if we actually change anything. I think we just run it back. Tithe feels underpowered in this matchup since they're low to the ground. Yeah, it's much better in the early game than the late game. It should be good here. But yeah, that is, I mean, it's not a great card in the late game in most matchups. It's a good card in the early game, a good card in the mid game, typically, but then once you get to the late game, and if casts like a Settle the Wreckage, then it's a very bad card. Well, plains go. Yeah, I guess we could play Thalia. All right, Mana Tithe, counter number 2, number increasing. Isolated Chapel. Acquisitions Expert you. Okay, we're getting off on the front foot here. Opponent. Already on the mulligan. Discarding a card. Wow, apparently has enough lands. Fabled Passage, out of here. Elderfang Disciple. Well, we will discard to Settle the Wreckage. Thankfully, our opponent's playing the worst version. We will go attacking. Hit ya. Charming Prince. We will blink Acquisitions Expert. Conceal Courtyard. Make you discard. Chupacabra down. 2 cards in hand. Opponent attempts. The Raven Inspector, sure. And a land. Well, we will play Raven Inspector. Go attack it. Opponent takes it. Down to 17. Okay. Things are looking up. Things are looking up. Castle Lockwaite. Pass the turn. Why no Militia Bugler? Could play Militia Bugler. It probably hits enough stuff in our deck to be worth considering. Elder Fang Disciple. Yeah, we'll crack the clue. Probably discarding land anyway, but... Alright, yeah. We're also the one that has the Castle Lockwaite, which is nice. Opponent, land, and passes. Ooh, I like that. Go to combat, hit ya. Opponent takes it. We pass the turn. Come on. Come on. Let's get counter number 3. Ooh, how's the new job, Ace and Bull? Going to Ephemerate. Yeah, alright. Might as well Mana Tithe, make him pay. We're gonna lose it anyway. Opponent pays. Sure. Blinks for no value. Opponent. Passes. Ooh, there's our Ephemerate. Now go to combat. Attack you. Opponent takes it. So Ephemerate's coming back, gonna make us discard. What do we do here? This is interesting. If they pay for the tithe, we do not get a tithe counter. Those are the rules of mana tithing. I love playing on Arena, but it feels off right now. Historic price like Legacy, Standard completely broken by companions, and Eldorade. This is actually game 3. So we know this is going to make us discard. Alright, so play the land. Upkeep. Ephemerate Acquisitions Expert. Get rid of our opponent's last card. Oh! Oh, I'm glad we did that. I am very glad we did that. Do I think that Chain of Smog will get banned in Legacy? I think it's way too early to tell, but I think it's possible. But I don't know. Legacy has a lot of tools to fight combo. The thing that makes that combo scary is just that it's so cheap. Its pieces are both 2 mana. But I don't know if it's just too... Well, we'll see. My guess is Legacy has the tools to fight it. Oh, that sounds sweet, Ace and Bull. Alright. Castle Lockwaite, draw a card. Blink the Raven Inspector. Alright, so Mana Tithe has not felt super good this matchup. I do like Glorious Protector a lot. Go to combat. Attack, attack. Opponent blocks. Blocks, blocks. Okay. We're pretty okay with this. Stuff dies. We pass the turn. Okay. Hey, what's up, Lugshot? How are you? Yeah, the arena... So, the arena economy is definitely a mess. Like, that is... an issue. The cost of historic is something that really frustrates me, and it frustrates me as someone who gets to play whatever I want to because it's my job. Huh. I can't imagine how frustrating it would be. I was actually thinking about this the other day, and in all honesty, if I was not making Magic content, I am actually not convinced that I would play Arena. I think there is a pretty decent chance that I would just play Magic online. So yeah. The economy definitely has plenty of issues and is way more expensive than it should be. Last day off of paternity leave. Ooh, that's fun. Good to see you, Jimmy. I'm glad you made it. How long did you get for paternity leave? It probably depends on where you live. I know, like, here in the U.S., a lot of times you don't get very much paternity leave at all, I don't think. But then I've heard a lot of other countries have really good paternity leave. We should look at my collection. It would probably be dull, but it is kind of mind-blowing. Ooh, yes. Outblinking the blinkers. Okay, look at this real quick. If you wanna example of how my hat's like falling off. If you want an example of, oh, my hair's so bad today. We actually have the Oracle Tainted Pact deck. If you want an example of how the economy is pretty bad for everyone, and now we'll do more Magic. This is not gonna be a big long thing, but just look at, okay, Strixhaven, collected, not collected, mythic rares. So I have spent $350 on Strixhaven packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I am 27 mythics short of having all the mythics. And if you go to Mystical Archives, which, I guess I gotta change this. Mystical Archives, mythics, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. So I have spent $350, and I am 50 mythics short of having all the mythics from the set. And I don't know if this is a conspiracy theory. Or if it's just how it is. But Wizards seemingly jacked up the rarity on Mystical Archives. I don't even think that's up for debate. Whether that's to get more money out of Arena or not, I guess we could debate. Psychologist, 55 months. Oh, so long. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. And they have also started increasing the number of mythics in a lot of sets. It used to be that in a standard set, there would be, 10 mythics in a small set and 15 in a large set? Now we're up to 20 mythics, I believe, in Strixhaven, if I'm counting right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18, 19, 21 mythics in Strixhaven. So they're just, like, greatly increasing the amount of mythics you need to actually play Magic. And, it frustrates me, and there's not really anything we can do about it. Like, it kind of feels like, I think Krim mentioned this on the podcast, like, Wizards tried to make Historic be ×2 the wild cards. Like, literally you would have to pay twice as many wild cards. If you wanted one Historic Legal Mythic, you would have to spend 2 Mythic wild cards. And the community freaked out, but one thing is, I don't think we ever win. Like, when it comes down to it, Wizards, they're the ones that have the power. So even though it felt like a win when Wizards was like, okay, you know, we will not charge twice as much for Historic, it kind of feels like they just figured out another way to get that money. And the way is adding more mythics, jacking up the rarity on special cards. So I don't know if we actually really won in the long run. Any consideration for streaming limited? This format is phenomenal. Drafting early in the set release could smooth out your collection. I mean, we stream a limited on occasion, but maybe it's something that we could do more of. Opponent, land, add. How possible is it to do Moto completely free to play? Impossible, basically. Well, at least Spellbinder. Take Narset. Ugh. Hopefully this isn't a Doomscar. If this is not a Doomscar, we're in wonderful shape. If this is exactly Doomscar, our shape is worse. Well. Charming Prince. Oh, Scry. We'll keep the Blood Mage. Go to combat. Attack you. I don't know how much we should be playing into a potential Doomscar. I would like to have lethal next turn if they don't have it, though. 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so we can't have lethal anyway, so we'll just pass. So on Moto, it is impossible to completely free-to-play Magic Online. On the other hand, it is possible to play Magic Online pretty cheaply. Wow, is this really Doomscar? Okay, Behold the Multiverse. That's not Doomscar. That's great, and now we should be able to win. 2 to the bottom. Unless we get really unlucky, we should have the win. So we go to combat. We attack you with everything. We hit you. Down. Oh, feels good to take down the control deck. Down to 2. We Charming Prince. We Flicker. Spellbinder. To make sure our opponent didn't draw a Wrath. An opponent sees it coming. Taking down the control deck. Picking them apart. So on Moto, once you have the cards, the economies are very different. Once you have the cards, it's possible to free to play. But to get the cards, you either need to spend money on them or use a loan program, which is like a subscription program. So there's not any way to acquire the cards you need to play without spending money. The upside of Moto is you can actually come out ahead on Moto as far as money. On Magic Online, like, when we play a league and we win those treasure chests and we open cards, those are not just cards locked into our account. We can actually sell those for real money. Like, if you look at my Magic Online collection, I track it on Goldfish, which I would recommend if you are interested in checking it out, because it's pretty helpful. Coral, do you think Wizards will keep supporting Historic longer term? I worry that there are only so many Mystical Archives Historic anthologies they can print that affect the format, and after that they are down, they won't stop making money off it, and will stop supporting it. I guess the question is, what is long term? Like, I think Historic's going to be supported for a while. If we're talking long term, like 10 years in the future, will Arena be supported in 10 years, or will we be on to another new client? I don't even know if Arena will be, who knows, like that far in the future, but I would expect it to be supported for the immediate future, in the next several years at a minimum. And I think there's tons of cards they can still put into it. Rekindling Phoenix, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so bring in a bit of removal. Go down. Probably a couple Skyclaves. All the Skyclaves? Mana Tithe is good. Ephemerate's good. 16 seconds. All right, one blood mage. But if you look at my moto collection is currently worth about $7,000, and I have definitely not put $7,000 into Magic Online. I've definitely put thousands of dollars into it. I don't know, maybe 4,000, 3,000, something like that. But if I ever wanted to, I could just sell this. Would I get 7,000? No, but could I get 5, 6,000? Some pretty reasonable percentage. Yeah, definitely could. So that's the other big difference is if you're actually good at Magic, there are definitely people who made a living off of playing Magic online. That was their job. Especially, it's harder to do, or was harder to do from the U.S. But in other countries where the cost of living is lower, there were definitely people who would just grind Magic Online for 8 or 10 hours a day, sell the cards that they won to pay their bills, and you're not getting rich, but you can actually, there were people that actually survived by doing that. What are we putting to the bottom? Ephemerate? Ephemerate's sweet, though, especially with Spellbinder. Let's go Charming Prince. Tap land into tap land. All right, Charming Prince to the bottom. Run it like that. What's your thoughts on Sparring Regiment? I've used it with Seasoned Hollowblade and Scattershell Charger. Seem to perform well. I mean, it can be pretty good in the right shell. It is, well, all right. Untap land. Yeah, start with untap land. Thoughtseize. In the right shell, it could be fine. I still think a single counter is kind of not that big of a reward. But if you want to use adventures, it's pretty good. Yeah, Stat Redemption also is helpful. I was saying it's starting to shape up. Pathway. Thalia. Let the taxing begin. Opponent untaps. Passes. Ugh, alright. Well, tap land time. Go to combat, hit ya. And then in theory, we can Spellbinder the Wrath? Perhaps? Opponent untaps. Yeah, we're up to 2. We haven't got any in this match yet. Opponent passing. Go to combat, attack you. Callous Blood Mage. If we're gonna get censored, I'd rather this censored. Draw a card. Lose a life. Another Spellbinder. Alright. Pass the turn. Maybe this deck's actually just good. Do you think that Karaxa is good in Modern Dredge? No, probably not. I think the problem with Karaxa in Modern Dredge is Dredge is just too fast for it to really matter, I think. Opponent hits us. Maybe. Well, Thoughtseize you. Huh. Take Shatter the Sky. Play a land. Go attacking. Alright, so opponent's got 2 Wraths at the moment. We still are kind of taxing him out, though. I'm surprised that Seth has the Japanese art for the Mystical Archives. Huh, they got me. They got me. Yeah, we'll blink it. Draw another card. I mean, this Callous Blood Mage is, like, outdrawing the control deck, too. Oh, we're going to Mana Tithe this Settle the Wreckage, and it's going to be so good. Oh, that is the dreams being lived. Opponent. Oh. Yeah, we'll blink the Callous Blood Mage. Yeah, we'll still blink it. Still worth it. Well, we're only in our second match. We've just played a couple of pretty long matches, so I think that's most of it. Play the land. How big of a deal is the shark? That does kind of shut down our offense. Oh, let's play Elite Spellbinder. Opponent. Yeah, these sharks are kind of annoying. Wow, they're going to let us take it? Okay. Shark Typhoon. Go to combat, attack you. They also can't cycle it from exile. Ho, ho, ho! Who wanted more counters? Who wanted more counters? Honestly, I don't even think we should here, but I think we probably will. It probably makes more sense just to Ephemerate, but I mean, how can you pass up the Mana Tithe value? Whoa! No one expects it. No one expects it. It's working. Found it. Land. Add. Passing. This has got to be the card draw spell, I would think. Well, Isolated Chapel. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Opponent blocks a Spellbinder. Okay. Drops to 8. Oh, play a Spellbinder. Pass the turn. There's the Behold. Do it again. Do it again. Oh yeah, I gotta add another tithe counter. 2 to the bottom. Opponent draws. And then we Ephemerate. Imagine if Mana Tithe attacks this and would counter force. If you counter force spells with Mana Tithe, you win the game. That would actually be kind of fun. Opponent's going to seal away. Hit the Thalia. Take the approach. Opponent's got nothing going on. Land. Passes. Oh, blink the Blood Mage. Draw a card. Yes, please. Isolated Chapel. Go to combat. Hit ya. Charming Prince. Blink the Blood Mage. Draw a card. End of turn. Comes back. We'll draw a card. Ooh. Oh! That beats a Wrath. Come on, draw that Wrath. Opponent, Shark Typhoon. We'll make a token, and that looks like game to me. Picking apart the control deck. 3 Mana Tithes so far. Beating the control deck. The deck actually feels kind of shockingly competitive. Looks like you probably could have landed. This curve is super low. So I think an option could be... Okay, so let's look at this deck, and you can give me your suggestions, because I actually really like this deck. Plus, I mean, I like Mana Tithing people. So if we actually look at this deck, what are your suggestions, chat? Is there anything that should be updated in the Blink deck? I will say that I have been absolutely convinced of Callous Blood Mage. Like, Callous Blood Mage has felt really, really good. Against aggro, the bodies are relevant. Against control, the card draw is relevant. And then against, like, Phoenix or Mizzix's Mastery or some of the, like, Torrential Gearhulk stacks, the Graveyard Hate is relevant. Yeah, Paulo's really good, and it interacts really well with Ephemerate as well. Like, that's another upside. So the reason you're not running Semester's End, Glorious Protector's basically a Semester's End, but with a body, so it's better if we don't need it. Militia Bugler. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If our land count was a concern, MDFCs might be the way to go if we want to try to get a little more value out of our land slot. I think, I guess it's probably like Skyclave Cleric would be fine. The life gain against aggro is fine. It is blinkable technically. Aghanim's Awakening is probably the easiest one to throw in. Lumbering Battlement is cool. Flicker Wisp is not in Historic. Alright, we'll go down... You know, let's just go down the Fabled Passage. Go down Fabled Passage for Aghanim's Awakening. I think that's fine. Panharmonicon is really fun. I kind of want to play one just for a meme. The hard part is, what would we cut? Like, that's... Like I said, I started with 2 Panharmonicons. And Historic can just be so fast. Any thoughts of Yarion? I don't really want to go up to 80 cards. But, I guess I could see Yarion just being... Maybe it's better than Glorious Protector? Switch out Tithe for Thoughtseize? Not happening. Even if you were correct, and you may be correct, not happening. I mean, okay, well, all right, let's do this then. Let's clone it. What with a Yarion? Like, maybe Yarion just lets all this stuff show up, whether or not it's better. So we add Yarion as our companion. Then we need to add a decent amount more land. So Fabled Passage comes in. Another Swamp. Another Plains. And that gets us to what? 29, 30 lands. And then Bright Climb Pathways. So that gets us to 33 lands. And then we could play Thoughtseize in the main deck instead of the sideboard, because Thoughtseize is very good. We can add it to Panharmonicon. Because, I mean, now we got the room. Is it good? Meh, I don't know if it'll be good, but... but... White Omen. So I think we want our stuff to be creature-based because of Ephemerate. What other creatures with Enter the Battlefield triggers could be sweet? I don't know if this will make the deck better or not. 80 cards does hurt our chances of drawing our best cards, but... Alright, another Paulo makes sense. One more Paulo. Oh, we got the Vampire Warlock. It's like, this card's great. It's been so good. I'll show you in a minute. Going into blue does add some interesting options. And we could go Esper. Like, all right, well, let's add blue in here for fun, just to see what options it gives us. So, as far as white cards, if anything jumps out, Militia Bugler. Could go Militia Bugler. We'll add one in as a reminder, at least, for now. So, Militia... Militia Bugler. Do you think they're adding Warlock creature type for the upcoming D&D set? Maybe, although it's been since Throne of Eldraine, so they've been planning ahead for a while, I think. The Juice Caboose, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. All right, let's keep scrolling here. The only other thing that would be interesting, and I'm not sure what it would be like a true finisher. That's the only thing I've noticed. Like, our deck is, the version we were playing at least, is really good at, like, grinding and annoying opponents, but it doesn't actually have, like, a super fast way to close out the game, which maybe that's, what does this do? Okay. When a creature with flying enters the battlefield, you gain life. But I don't know what the best finisher would be. We could add more Glorious Protectors. Glorious Protector does seem sweet. So Semester's End, I feel like Semester's End is just, unless you have synergies to get it back from the graveyard, I feel like it's mostly just a worse version of Glorious Protector in our deck. Because Glorious Protector kind of just does the same thing, but it also is relatively fine on its own. Oh, remember we got by Angel the Dire Hour? we can add a Yarian to the main deck, or two. Blue does add, so what does blue add to the deck? It adds some more card draw stuff. Just ETB draw a card. It adds some bounce stuff, like Baron is interesting. I think the most interesting part, Terry the Last Hunter. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Half a year. Thank you so much. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. You also get the MDFC clone if you go into blue. I think the multicolor cards are actually the most appealing part of going into blue. As far as black, Agent of Treachery would be so good if that existed. Yeah, Hostage Taker's a big one. Hostage Taker's like super sweet. We could play Buglerets for more early game discard. So the other thing, we could play more Buglerets and play Cloud Shift is like a worse Ephemerate, because the discard on your opponent's upkeep or on their draw step is actually pretty powerful. So that would be one possibility. Gonti is sweet. I could see playing a Gonti. I don't know how good it is in the current historic meta, but I do love Gonti. I feel like this thing is not the absolute worst. A Duress or a Gravedigger, essentially. But it is a 4-mana 2/2. Also, like Chupacabra if we're worried about creatures. Massacre Worm if we're worried about creatures. Or Massacre Girl could come in. As far as the multicolor stuff, maybe we should have a Massacre Worm in our sideboard. Playcrafter could be in the conversation. Cloud Blazer is a big reason. So Elite Guard Mage, Cloud Blazer. Those are two of the big upsides of splashing into blue. I'm printing out more Yarians. And then you also get Hostage Taker. That's another big upside. I don't know if this Bellhaunt's good enough. We saw an opponent trying it, but 4 mana is like kind of steep-ish. Hostage Taker is really sweet. That's another big reward for going into blue. But I don't know if we need to go into blue. Oh, boy. Could you imagine? Wow. Ephemerate Elementals? Oh, that would be pretty fun. All right, let's add one more Panharmonicon. Why not? Something like this. Ephemerate. I actually had a human... I actually built a human version of this as well. Actually, we probably need the other Thalia in the main deck. Rest in Peace, Vanishing Verse, Fracture, Massacre Worm. We should probably play maybe a Thought Distortion or two. Yeah, no. Thought Distortion is not a companion. Thank you, Magic Arita. Vanishing Frame. Why is it doing this? I'm trying. So strange. So strange. Should we try this build? Do you think it's better or not? Oh, I'm dropping it on top. I thought the companion slot was over here. This is also a companion slot. Oh, if we play Professor of Symbology, then we have to play Lessons and learn cards. And I just don't think they're powerful enough for Historic. All right, let's... Oh yeah, I also, so the other way you can build this, and this build I didn't get finished yet, but I think that human tribal ephemerate blink also has potential. You go into blue, you get hostage taker, you also get cloud blazer is a human. No one realizes that. I didn't even realize that, but cloud blazer is also a human. So I think that human tribal taxi blink is another sweet option. How we'll try the Ariane build. Although I'm not sure if it's better than the other build. I've kind of like cooled on Yarian a little tiny bit because I feel like, I don't know, I want to draw my good cards, and I feel like if you're playing like just pile of removal and card draw, then it doesn't really matter. But if you're playing like Thalia is a big deal for our deck, and if you really want to have Thalia on time, there is a cost to playing Yarion. Awesome, dude! For the oh dear God, for the 55th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you for you. Thank you. Well, take your brainstorm, opponent. Huh. Well, thought sees you. Take your rewind. So I assume our opponent's playing a turns deck. This might be an example of where Yarion is punishing. We will see. I guess we Charming Prince to Scry. We really need a Thalia, I think. Land bottom. Godless Shrine tapped. Oh, I guess it could be Flash. Oh, do you think Brain Freeze would be too good? Oh, so many lands in a row. Well, go to combat. Attack you. Get a Yarion. Play Isolated Chapel past the turn. Yeah, I guess Rewind makes a lot of sense for Flash. Rewind and then cast your wolf thing. Well, okay. Go to combat attack. Oh, I wish we... This is a time we could actually Mana Tithe the Rewind. This Mana Tithe is going to lose a lot of value pretty quickly. Hey, what's up, Doggy Myth? How are you? Can we make a comeback with what Seth's put together? Wait, what are we comebacking? Oh, you know what we haven't played yet is Mind's Desire. We haven't played a Mind's Desire deck yet either, and Mind's Desire is a top tier sweetness. Has anyone built a sweet Mind's Desire deck? Because that would be pretty fun. Well, make a 1/1. Untap. Play a land. Go to combat. Attack you. Pass the turn. Opponent brainstorms again. Mind's Desire is just a bad Sultai ultimatum. But if you get 3 or 4 or more, like, couldn't it be better if you get lucky? Yeah, I don't think that Mind's Desire is a very good Storm payoff. I think it could be a sweet ramp payoff. Opponent passing. Our opponent may not be able to beat a Castle Ardenvale. I guess if we're going to play 80 cards, we probably also want to jack up the number of castles we're playing. Because it's going to be hard to find Castle Lockwayne, and Castle Lockwayne's really good in our deck. We have a new donation from Phonic Lad. Hiya, Seth. $10 donation. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for all the positivity you bring to the community. Well, Phonic Land, I appreciate the kind words, and also the donation. Thank you so much. And Coral, thank you for the bits. Do you think that Standard has been the most free-to-play friendly format the last 2 years? If you just crafted the Adventure Package, you basically had a Tier 1 deck since 2019. Yeah, I mean, I guess in some weird way that is true. I don't know if that's good. I mean, in the same sense that, like, oh, if you just bought Hogak, or you just bought Eldrazi during Eldrazi Winter, you probably didn't have to build another deck. So, but it is true that you would have had a tier deck for a very long time if you did do that. Oh, but it passes. Ooh. Well, maybe 2 Mana Tithes is enough. Opponent. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's gonna happen. Oh, this is gonna be so good. This is gonna be so good. Mana Tithe you. Ho! 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 Oh yeah, pay it, opponent. You pay that. You pay that. You do that. Woo! So good. Does that count as 2? Does that count as 2? Even though they paid for 1? Do we get 2 Mana Tithe counters for that one? Oh, that made my day. Oh, I think our opponent thought they had us. I do not think they expected that. Up to 5. I'd say we get 2 for that too. They were essential. They added together to win us that game. Well, opponent's playing control. Thought distortion in. Rest in peace in. Go down. What a pile of cards. Go down. Skyclave. Apparition? They might have planeswalkers. Is Fracture worth it? Oh, I guess it gets Torrential Gearhulk too. Alright, yeah, let's go down Skyclaves, go up Fractures. Thoughtseize good. Mana Tithe, we can't go the Mana Tithe. After getting the beautiful double Mana Tithe win. Maybe we can go down a Yarion. Go down 1 Panharmonicon, despite my love of Panharmonicon. A Charming Prince and... A Glorious Protector? Yeah, let's try it like that. Oh, Thalia's Lieutenant would be so good. It's... Oh, wait, what's showing the Citadel list? Ooh. Alright. Well, that's a Thalia. If we can get it down, that's very good against our opponent's deck, I think. Tap land. Well, land and Thrabes. Go. Boot it. Yeah, that sounds decent. Probably gonna get censored, but land for our opponent. Passes. Well, play land. Go attacking. Thalia. Ooh, alright, just a growth spiral. Sure. Do you have any plans for making a Boros deck? Huh. So opponent's Flash. Oh, we're in trouble. We're in super duper ultra big. We're dead. We took out all of our stuff that could deal with this. Oh, so opponent is a Flash deck. Oh, we're okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I'll play some Boros in the near future. Anything specific or just like generic Boros colors? It feels wrong to play Mana Tithe in a Yarion deck. You have less chance of drawing Mana Tithe. Yeah, I actually think this should not be a Yarion deck. People want to try a Yarion build of it, so we're trying it, but I actually feel like it is probably worse as a Yarion deck, even though we did win the last game. But that was all on Mana Tithe. Ugh, Feather. I'm kind of sick of Feather. Feather, I feel like, is just... It's done enough. Ooh, Mana Tithe land destruction in Historic, eh? That, I mean, that does remind me of the modern deck. Huh. Our experience with land destruction yesterday is it's not super competitive. But, oh, opponents. Okay, opponents got creatures for day. Oh, we're just this. Yeah, this is super over. I don't play a land. Thought sees you. Well, I guess we're going back to game 3. Growth spirals for days. All right. Well, on to game 3. Nightpack Ambusher is an issue. Well, I guess Skyclave Apparition's got to stay in. These fractures are actually not very great. Vanishing Verses come in. How do we make room? Oh, I really don't want to go Mana Tithe. Yeah, I think I like the non. I think I like the non-Yarian build better, probably. 80 cards, 3 of everything. I'm sure this will be fine. We're good. We're good. I feel like the rest in peace is probably necessary. The Magma Opus plant, having Magma Opus, suggests that our opponent is really planning on using their graveyard. Because that's not a card you really play unless you're planning on using your graveyard quite a bit. Well, Charming Prince. Scry. Lands both to the bottom. Past the dirt. Oh, we got a Panharmonicon for fun, mostly. Well, go to combat. Attack you. Thought sees you. Number 6? Can we get number 6? This is a Gearhulk deck. We saw the Gearhulk Magma Opus in game 1. Now take Ambusher. Play a tap land. Wow. Opponent's really playing around the Mana Tithe. They could have growth spiraled and put a land into play, but they chose not to out of fear of the Tithe. Well, Charming Prince hit ya. Elite Spellbinder. Yes, that's Mana Tithe. Boros at standard based on, I wonder if it's worth tithing away the treasure. I kind of feel like it is. Alright. So, treasure down. Not the worst against the ramp deck, I guess. Go to combat. Attack you. Rest in peace. Wow, opponent just lets it go. Does not care. Ooh, that's probably bad news, though. We just don't have the clock, and these Skyclaves don't do anything. Growth Spiral. Once you get someone with ties, side them out. Same value from opponent playing around them. But we're trying to get Mana Tithe counters. And that goes against our purpose. Well, Thought sees you. Opponent memory lapses. I'll get Yarion. Go attacking. We can't let this Magma Opus come down. That is too much value. Opponent drew a Gearhulk, you think? Could have. That would make some amount of sense. Well, let's try again. Thought sees you. Opponent. Even more counters. Well, go attacking. Skyclave Apparition. Yeah, it does. Oh no, Brainstorm. That's gonna fight the lads. Can we beat the Opus? I'm not convinced we can. Yeah, I mean, Opus with Gearhulk's pretty powerful. Opus by itself, I think, is kind of just medium, but being able to discard it, get a treasure, ramp into the Gearhulk is powerful. I don't play a land, go to combat, attack. Opponent goes to 6, crack Fabled Passage. Get a Plains. Yarion. Please resolve. Oh, Brainstorm's so insane. Such a strong card. Insane. Oh, come on now. Sublime Epiphany. Draws a card. Untaps. Alright, here comes Magma Opus. Play Charming Prince. Scry 2. Lands both to the bottom. Acquisitions Expert. Hey, what's up, Jamrock? How are you? I'm amazed that they let it and Faithless Looting into Historic as well. Alright. Magma Opus is a lot of value if you cast it, and it's about to get cast. Acquisitions Expert. Opponent's not casting Magma Opus this turn. They found another... What is going on with our opponent? Well, I guess they... Yeah, maybe it's just the fear of the Mana Tithe. I guess that makes sense. That Mana Tithe is still paying dividends. Take the Fabled Passage. Pass the turn. Go attacking. Opponent finds Night Pack Ambusher. Untaps. Yeah, so close, so close. Opponent makes a wolf. What does Magma Opus even do? Probably should figure that out. Are we just dead? Magma Opus. 4 damage. Any way you want. Tap 2 things, make a 4/4, draw 2 cards. Yeah, that's busted. Well, Skyclave Apparition. Get rid of the Night Pack Ambusher. Go attacking. Opponent takes it. Wow, they are not going to cast it. Okay, now they're gonna cast it. Wow, that Mana Tithe is paying so much dividends. Our vote is just... Alright, there they go. So they kill our stuff. I mean, this still almost certainly beats us, but... Opponent has the fear of Mana Tithe. Like, I've never seen anyone so afraid of Mana Tithe. They even main phased it. Alright, sure. Well, play a land, draw a card, scoop it up. Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's go back to the original version. I think the original version is really sweet. I feel like going to 80 cards makes the deck less likely to Mana Tithe people. So let's go back to the original version that's a little bit more consistent. So one thing about Yarion is my take on Yarion is that it's good if you have a ton of redundant effects, and I just don't feel like this deck has enough redundant effects to really make it good. It's good in decks where it's like, hey, there's 10 different rests. I'll play, 10 different rests. There's 10 different removal spells. We need to be more tithy. We're not tithy enough. Yeah, the deck is super fun, Terry. I like the archetype a lot. Ooh, Luris. Alright. Well, this might be Mana Tithe's time to shine. Opponent's deck's going to be efficient. Although, I think we got to run out Thrabes. Thrabe and Inspector. Go. Opponent. Oh, a quick reminder, as we get into this game, that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you know where you get them? CardKingdom.com! So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Well, go to combat. Thrabe you. Play a swamp. Pass the turn. Update the record. I don't think that counts because that was a Yarion. This is the record of the non-Yarion deck. Well, second clue. Claris Protector sweep. Yeah, go to combat. Attack. Mana Tithe. Again. Hit him. Untap land. Thraben Inspector. I don't know if we beat Rogue, so we might be adding a loss to the deck anyway. Hey, good game, Reist. You did get double Mana Tithe. Yeah, good game. Well, play a land. Go to combat. Attack. Soaring Thought Thief number 2. Opponent blocks. Callous Blood Mage. Also good at exiling a graveyard against rogues. Oh yeah. I mean, after getting the double Mana Tithe, can't blame people for playing around it. And our opponent did. To the max. Titty? Titty? I don't even pronounce tithe titty. And I am known for pronouncing things in weird ways. Well, Acquisitions Excerpt could be alright. Alright, your go, opponent. Untaps. Plays a land. Attacks. Mills some cards. I mean, I'd like to just draw cards, I think. Ooh, wait, which one is this? Ephemerate. I'm still not sure which one is which. Well, go to combat. Attack. Opponent cracks. Swamp. Fatal push. Well, we will Ephemerate. Alright. So opponent uses a handful of removal. Takes 2. We will Elite Spellbinder. We have not played Tainted Pact yet. We can try it if y'all want to after this game. Opponent has a Drowned in the lock. Ugh. Rogues is such an obnoxious deck to play against. Do you remember the Esper Hate Bear deck you played a while ago? I played on Arena right now with Thassa for blinking, new Silver Coast Silencer, and Elite Spellbinder. Ton of fun. Ooh, I do remember that deck. That sounds awesome, BBQ. I might have to revisit it. Opponent. I don't even have a Mind's Desire deck. I would like to Mind's Desire at some point, but I do not have a deck for Mind's Desiring at the moment. Opponent. Thinking real hard. And yeah, apparently no one has a Mind's Desire deck. So that's gonna be the hard tie, the reason we might not play it today. No, I just open Mind Desires from cracking packs. I usually crack a bunch of packs and then just wildcard. I never wildcard cards that I'm not using for a deck. So I crack a bunch of packs. What you get is what you get, and then... so opponent has a counter, presumably? Well, Acquisitions Expert. Oh, alright. Get that. So it's just a random bluff? Foretell. Play a land. Hit ya. Well, the race is on. Can we win this race? That is the question. Opponent. Another land. Going to scry. Oh, if we can beat the Rogues, I'm going to be super happy. Leaves it to the... Puts it to the bottom. Attacks. Mills. Cards that we didn't really want. Hits us. Opponent passes. I'll go to combat. Attack you. Still not putting Lurrus in hand for some reason, which is crazy to me. Clue. Card. Castle Ardenvale. Upkeep. Glorious Protector. Blink the Thraben Inspectors. Alright, opponent. We got a flyer too. About it. I guess they're worried about us getting the Lurrus with discard, which makes sense. I think that Mindsire could be interesting in an inspiring statuary artifact storm list. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do, is just like use it like a unexpected results, basically. I don't actually want to like try to grape shot people to death with it. I think there's much better ways to storm off that way. But as like a weird unexpected results, I think it's actually pretty sweet. Well, Acquisitions Expert, Part 2. Runs out of Thieves Guild Enforcer. Nothing to discard. Got the Shrine past the turn. Opponent. The problem is, once this Lurrus gets going, we might have a bad time. I'll make a token. Block with the token. Drop to 8. Land. Scry. To the top. Oh, come on, removal spell. Brox, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Oh! That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. Out of here, Luris. None of that today. Hit ya. Hit ya. Hit ya. Down 2-2. Opponent taps. They need the draw of their life. Oh, well, let me see Vivian's section. Mine's Desire Jodzi Luca. That does sound spicy. That definitely looks spicy. Jodzi seems like a ridiculously fun card to untap with. Opponent passes. Oh. So what happens if we attack with everything? How bad is it for us? How bad can it go? Burning Bursh, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Ooh. So we attack with everything. Opponent flashes something in. Let's just attack with Glorious Protector. Alright. That's a good draw. Good news is we get back 2 Thraben Inspectors. We get 2 clue tokens. We get to crack a clue token. Callous Blood Mage. An opponent scoops it up to the Blood Mage. Oh, yes, 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 yes. This deck's actually really, truly kind of working. Draw on the Lock is what our opponent had, and we still got there. So chat, I know I've been telling you it's so good. I feel like I will be vindicated by ranking it highly everywhere. Like, I feel like after playing with it so much today, it's really good. It's really good. So chat, we've had what, a week, a little more than a week since the set released. What's the sweetest thing that you have done with Strixhaven cards? I don't care if it's in historic or standard or modern or whatever. I don't even care. Wherever you want to. What's just like the coolest thing that you've done with Strixhaven? Oh, you killed someone with a Side of Blood? Ooh, that's so sweet. Yeah, I guess we are less than a week at this point. Mono White Standard Magecraft. Ooh. Witherbloom Pest. I want to play... That's a deck that I want to play for a stream at some point. I haven't... Not giving Watsy my money. Fair enough. That is perhaps a good personal choice. Well, Rest in Pieces are coming in. I feel like our opponent's deck... If we have a Rest in Peace, how do they do anything, ever? I feel like that kind of just beats them. Skyclave is fine. What are we going down? Rutha copying Elemental Mastery twice. Ugh. How is draft? Do you want to do a draft stream? It wouldn't be today, because we're already in the middle of Constructed, but we often do a draft stream. Trim. We'll just trim. Rest in Peace is a big one. I've been hearing really good reviews of Limited. And that's where, like, the Learn Lesson stuff really shied, so I think it would be fun to okay. Well, can we get down Rest in Peace? If so, we win the game, I think. Opponent. Thought sees us before playing your land. Well, Concealed Courtyard. Yeah. Opponent passes. Well, we're going for it. Rest in Peace. Turn 3 win. Mana Tithe back up. Yes. Yes. Scoop it up. I don't think they can beat Rip. I don't think they can beat it. I don't think they can beat it. I don't usually play a lot of Limited, but I've really enjoyed that set. Yeah, I've heard really good reviews. Like, it seems like everyone loves it. Even, yeah, double spell. I mean, I guess Spell Pierce, if they're playing it, would get there. Oh, add one to the counter. Woo! Mana Tithe paying dividends still. Opponent stack mostly locked down until they finally go feed the Swarm. Get Tithe indeed. That is 7. We're up to 7 on the Tithe counters. And now our opponent's deck just doesn't do much. I mean, I guess our deck is also not doing a ton at the moment. Because all we got is all these Skyclave Aberrations, but still, opponent, sorry, Thought Thief. Sure. Mills, for no purpose. Couple lands we didn't want. Opponent. Wind Robber. Well, we will play Skyclave Apparition. Get rid of Soaring Thought Thief. Ephemerates for days at the ready. Play the land past the turn. Opponent. No, 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 no. No, no, no. We're not doing that, opponent. Blink it. Wind Robber down. Opponent. Yeah, I mean, Memory Lapse is a really good counter. Opponent gets in, hits us. Yeah, I guess we'll take it for now. Hopefully we draw another creature at some point. Callous Blood Mage is another creature. Go to combat, attack you. Callous Blood Mage. Oh! It's still working! This deck's been so good! I mean, we did our little break to play the Yorion deck. Otherwise, we're kind of just crushing people. We're 3-0. All right, chat. The question for you is, should we keep tithing people? We're up to 7 and 3-0. You can't nuke tokens. Keep tithing? All right. Maybe we'll just tithe for the whole stream. The good news is, that means we got a bunch of backup decks for the future. We still have the Lutri Pact deck. We have the Mizzix Mastery deck. But maybe we just see how many tithes we can get going. K Prinz went 16-0 earlier today. I think this one is officially a dream. What was K Prinz playing? Best of one? Make a pool? Oh, a poll. We could make a poll. All right, after I'll make a poll. See what people are feeling. Poll. Tithe. More tithe or a Tainted Pact. More tithe. Tainted Pact. Alright. There you go. Poll. Wait, I think the poll. I can't see the poll. Is the poll... Can you see the poll? About it. Oh, I don't know why I have such a hard time with this, because, like, I literally cannot see it. Like, it... Alright, let me do this, chat. Let's have a little Inception moment here, because I'm watching the stream. The poll should be up here, right? Like, isn't this where the poll should be? Somewhere in this area? But I don't actually... I see cheers. I can scroll through this. Oh, it's weird because it worked yesterday. Sleepy Turtle for the 3rd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, well, chat, you're going to have to tell me the results because apparently I cannot see the poll. I guess I'll try refreshing. Maybe that'll fix it. Does that give me a poll? Ah, now I see it. You got to refresh, apparently. Wow, that is ridiculously close. Get your votes in. It is 3 votes apart. The timer's running down. Get it in, get it in. Tainted Pact is ahead by 2%. 4 votes, 7 votes. The timer's ticking down. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's so close. It's so close. 94-103. Tainted Pact is pulled ahead by 4%. Almost done. It's almost done. Well, maybe we're going to try a couple Tainted Pact games after this, as our opponent apparently times out to Acquisition Expert. Wow, and we get a War Master out of the deal. We will take it. That was insane. I mean, people are viewers, not voters. Charming Prince. Blink Acquisitions Expert. Concealed Courtyard. Pass the turn. Oh no. This might be where we meet our demise. Elves just goes really big, and we don't have that much removal. Tainted Pact will time out. Oh, I just hope we pull off the combo. I just wanna pull off the combo. Will you say the name of every card as you play it? I just want to pull off the combo once and see if it actually works. Our opponent does. I think our opponent thinks they're playing Hearthstone and they don't have to do anything on their opponent's turn. I think that's what's happening. They forgot we're playing Magic. Have I went a Hearthstone rat recently? I did a Hearthstone Arena run 2 nights ago, something like that. Hearthstone. Would you watch a Hearthstone stream? Would you watch a Hearthstone stream that involved me probably being really salty about Hearthstone being a horrible, just a horrible game? It's just, wow, another War Master. Okay. Well, Ephemerate it. The game tilts me so much. I usually do a pretty good job of not getting tilted or being salty about Magic, but Hearthstone, whew, that's another level. That's another level. There is often salt. So so this is my personal feelings, most likely tainted by being a Magic player, which is my personal feelings, most likely tainted by being a Magic player. And those feelings are that it is just so random. I feel like you cannot be good at Hearthstone. And I'm sure that is some amount of an exaggeration. But it feels like whoever wins and whoever loses is mostly just determined by things that are outside of your control, which drives me absolutely insane. But I think that's partly coming from being a Magic player, where in Magic there's a lot of interaction, and yeah, we've got a little bit more Hearthstone-y with like Muxus and stuff. Wow, this is not going well. We might have met our match for once. I don't think there's a card that exists that gets us out of this in our deck. Well, Thraben Inspector. Crack a clue. Draw a Mana Tithe. Cry. Spell. Okay. Well, the good news is we got a little bit of sideboard hate. This might just be a bad matchup for our deck. I think it is likely this is just not a good matchup. So we get Two settles. Even Mana Tithe's pretty sketchy. I guess we gotta go Thought Seizes. Did you see the French the French version of Fracture says you can destroy creatures as well? I don't know how Wizards didn't catch that one. Wizards had some serious issues with quality control with this set, I feel like. And it's funny because they translated that way in Arena too, even though it works correctly. I mean, and I will say, in defense of Hearthstone, even though it infuriates me, it does bring me back once in a while. Like every once in a while, I'll be like, I should play an arena run on Hearthstone. So even though I know that it frustrates me to no end, it must be doing something right because it does keep me bringing me back in. Have I even tried Spellweaver? Wait, what's Spellweaver? I don't even know if I know what Spellweaver is. Alright. Well, we can keep the Lords off the battlefield. Vanishing Verse is really good against elves. I know nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh! I have not... Yeah, in a lot of ways, Hearthstone, the client... In a lot of ways, Hearthstone, the client, feels like a better version of Arena. But for me, and again, I'm sure I'm very biased as a Magic player, but for me, Magic feels like a much better game, in my opinion. But again, if you're someone who played Hearthstone for the last however many years, maybe you view it exactly the opposite. Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon seem wild to me. I don't even know, like, what are the resource systems in isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! The game where everyone just combos off on turn one? How does a resource system work? Or is it Pokemon that's like that? Yu-Gi-Oh! Has no resources? Wait, so you just get to cast all your cards whenever you want to? As a Magic player, that kind of blows my mind. Could you imagine Magic? It would be like Omniscience Draft. Could you imagine... Could you imagine if you could do that in Magic? It would be so incredibly broken. Is it not? So is it just very incredibly broken, or... Oh, we should have attacked for one first. So is it just incredibly broken, or are there actually... The way the game is designed, it's not broken for some reason. Heroic Intervention, okay. Well, opponent, please no more Lords or Cocos. That's a good one. Yeah, that's going to let our opponent refuel. Cast a Lockwing. Oh, pass the dirt. We need removal and removal and removal and removal. This Realm Walker is not good for... Oh, it's a Lord. Opponent grows their dorks. Well... Oh, jeez. Yeah, this does not feel like a good... Even close to a good matchup. Boom. 12 more lands. Thought... Jeez. Alright. Well, we found our bad matchup. The good news is, Elves is not a top-tier deck at the moment. And we played against a lot of popular decks. And we'll try the Lutri Pact deck. But I will say, I was pretty impressed with this deck. I actually think that some sort of Taxi white-black blink deck along the lines of what we were playing actually has potential to be pretty good in the format. I don't even know if I change a whole lot of anything. Like, I guess we could play a different sweeper in the sideboard to help against the creature decks. Something like the Elves deck. Settle the Wreckage, maybe that's not enough. So the sideboard could maybe use a little bit of tuning. But I actually feel like that deck's actually really good. Look at the Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list. It's like a spreadsheet. Oh. Oh, so they just like ban cards for days? Oh my goodness. Are these like recent? Or is this like the equivalent of... Or is this like the equivalent of like Black Lotus in the Power 9 in Magic? Or are many of these from like more recent sets? I guess these literally say new. So they just like ban... Okay, so question, and then we'll try the Pact deck. So question, how does anyone... Why does anyone buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Like, if you know that they have a million cards on their ban list, do they have... Because that's always the thing that comes up in Magic. Like, hey, Magic is really expensive. Magic is really expensive. If there's a risk that this deck is going to get banned, then, you know, that's a reason for me not to buy Magic cards. Does that come up in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, or do people just kind of like accept it? Because every time we have bannings, like, that's something that comes up in the Magic community. Cards are less expensive? Oh, I guess that would also maybe help. Bans in rotation, bans in Yu-Gi-Oh's how rotation works. I guess we're kind of like almost there in Magic. Kenomi is really generous with staple reprints. So are there... All right, let's talk about this deck so we can start playing games. And then I got a couple more Yu-Gi-Oh questions. So this deck, Lutri Pack, originally by Sam Black, I believe. And the idea of the deck is trying to do exactly one thing. And that exactly one thing is get Tainted Pack. We can only play one copy of each card in our deck because Tainted Pack... The way it tutors, it fizzles if you get the second copy of a card you've already hit. So, we have one Tainted Pack. Our goal is to find the one copy of Tainted Pack. With that Tainted Pack, what we want to do is get Lutri in our hand as our companion. That's the other reason we're playing our one-ofs. We can cast Tainted Pack, copy Tainted Pack with Lutri. Tainted Pack number 1 is going to find our single copy of Thassa's Oracle. Tainted Pack number 2 is going to, yes, it should be here, I think. Oh, it's Citadel Storm. Oh, oops. Yes, updating. I thought it was updated. So that is it. So copy 1 gets a Thassa's Oracle. Copy 2 names Panharmonicon. Essentially, you just go until you exile your entire deck, then you Thassa's Oracle for the win. The rest of the deck, it's basically a control deck. You got a million one-ofs. You got some ways to hopefully churn through your deck to find the single Tainted Pact. Is this plan actually a good one? We're gonna find out. I have not played this at all. So I will say, when they put Tainted Pack into the format... My hat is not having a good night. Afternoon. So I will say, when they put Tainted Pack into the format, my initial impression was, there's no way it's going to work. However, other people have been messing around with it. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's better than I think. Like, maybe it's possible. Think 3-pack no Lutri is better. But then don't you fizzle by hitting another pack, or no? Like, if you have 3 packs, don't you pact into a pact and then it fizzles? Yeah, I guess you don't actually name a card. You just keep exiling and exiling and exiling. Well, tab land, go. 2 packs, 2 Thassas. Wait, but what about all the fizzle issues? Hey, what's up, Kithrol? How are you? Uh-oh. Well, we got a Shadow's Verdict, which is good. I don't know what we want to play that on. Yeah, let's just Mind Stone. The mana seems questionable. We're not super close to the Shadow's Verdict. Not super close at all. Opponent, Verdict Tree. And, well, the question's going to be, can we find 2 black sources, like, in the next 2 turns? Opponent hits us. Regrowth. Interesting. So, I guess we got to brain... Oh, this is so bad. We got to brainstorm. Oh, it's so awkward. Okay. Okay. Those are 2 black sources, but that doesn't actually work because they come into play tapped. So I think what we have to do is pull back Regrowth, which seems ambitious. Oh, this just doesn't work, period, right? We have 0 timeouts left. Oh, we're going to time out here. That's very awkward. Yeah, that's not going to actually get it done. So we're taking enough that we're going to die. Hey, what's up, my name? How are you? I need you and Croakies to conclude if Abundant Harvest is good or not. I'm going to have to play some more Abundant Harvest. I'm still not sold. But I could very well be wrong. Opponent hits us to 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, yeah. I guess we keep the pathway. So one thing I did when I was getting this deck was that one thing I heard that a lot of people were saying is the mana is really bad, and that's one of the big issues with the deck is the mana is just not good, and we are kind of seeing that now where we actually have what we need to survive this game. However, the mana is so questionable that we're not able to cast the things we need to cast to survive the game. Alright, well, there's a Shadow's Verdict. Sadly at 1 life, which means a stiff breeze puts the end to our hopes and dreams. You are go, opponent. Hey, what's up, Armchair General? Good to see you. It's been... Oh, pfft. Okay. Stone Whiff. Cannot hit a single creature. Alright, those are single creatures. And an opponent says, good game. Watermelon handing out gift subs to Noberty and Nuberlu. And Dogamith with a gift sub to Bennymon. What's up, Benny? Welcome y'all to the Fishbowl. Thank you so very much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, Ensis Extraction, Languish, Krugs of Fate. So this has tutors, but they're in the sideboard. Huh. That seems like kind of an odd choice. Are there any tutors in the main deck? So this is just a list that Sam Black published. Wow. We're playing green mana just for regrowth? Huh. Interesting. Well, Sam Black is really good at building magic decks, so... Yeah, I mean, this is just the list Sam Black published, and Sam is very good at Magic. So I wouldn't want to say that it's wrong. It seems weird to me, but Sam's one of those people that builds such ridiculous decks that if stuff is weird, a lot of times it's you that's wrong, and he's right. So it might be one of those cases. Yeah, I've seen. So the green black pest list in standard, I think, is. It seems like one of the more fun decks to. Well, one of the only decks, really. But one of the more fun decks to come out of Strixhaven. At the same time, whenever I've played versions of it or played against it, the power levels just felt really low to me. So that's kind of been my feelings with that one is I don't know, like it's really sweet and it's fun, but does it actually keep up with I don't know, I just feel like then your opponent casts a Mergent Ultimatum or something. I'm just like, oh, like I would love this deck to be good because the synergies are so sweet. It's like, oh, I like, learn and lesson and make some more pests and then play like Adina and then I sack my stuff and make some more pests and then sacrifice all that. It's like, it's such a just like cool aristocrat play pattern. And then it just makes me sad because then your opponents are just like, rogues, counter, 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 attack, attack, milieu, or or it's like, oh, I'm just ramp, emergent ultimatum, I win the game. So that's not really a problem with the deck, though. That's more, I guess, a criticism of current standard. Not making it easy to do fun things. Darkwing Duck, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big subscription for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sedgemore Witch is a sweet card. I mean, it still gets Bone Crusher Gianted. Stomped, if you would. But it is a really sweet card. What's the first card we're playing for Against the Odds? Ooh, well, you will find out tomorrow. It is a standard Against the Odds, but I'm not gonna spoil the surprise. Powder goes attacking against us. Well, this time we have a 4-mana Wrath, so we can actually maybe stabilize in time. Well, that's actually good for us. All right, more dorks into the Wrath. Ooh. Well, I guess we gotta languish first. So, Castle Vantress. Languish. Whoosh. Out of here. Past the turd. Yeah, I mean, technically just playing any Strixhaven cards, I think would technically be against the odds. Let me see, Halfwig Steed. Well, odd. Tap land. Could use just a actual, like, targeted removal spell would be fine. Bone Crusher. Running low on life. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, play the Scry Lad. Armchair General handing out a bunch of gift subs to Lembear and Azervi and Communists Will Win and Pfeffer and Seaside. So many gift subs. Thank you so much. Welcome y'all to the Fishbowl. Yeah, I think Magecraft is definitely the coolest mechanic. I think this Strixhaven is a really fun set. I really do. I just feel like Standard is so busted that Eldraine, I guess, in specific, but also Ikoria. Like, Standard from last year is so busted that it's kind of difficult for the fun stuff to keep up. More rotations. That's what I want. More rotations, I think, is the answer. We need 2 rotations a year. I'm actually going to run a poll on that. I'm going to run a poll because I want to hear your feedback, chat. I might do it on Twitter in the future. How many rotations a year? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. Let me see. I'm curious, chat. I'm curious what the answer is. Because I am pretty firmly in the more rotation camp at this point. This deck. Okay. Whew. speaking of inconsistent, we're seeing a whole nother level of inconsistency. Only having one of the card that you need to win the game is oh boy, that doesn't even work. All right, next. Oh, oh. We got to pull off this combo once. We got to pull it off once. Seems like 1 and 2 are the most popular answers. Okay, so question for you, chat, then. If you're someone voting 1, what is it that you like about one rotation of year? Hey, welcome, Mantis. Good to have you. Oh. I mean, we can't really run out Lutri as a blocker, or it's going to be really hard to win. I mean, I guess we can, but then we got to just naturally draw 2 1-ofs out of a 60-card deck, which... I mean, I don't think this deck can win without the combo, right? Basically. I don't think it has the ability to win without the combo. If you're voting 1, it's because of financial reasons. That's the only reason to not want more rotations. But are financial reasons a concern, though? Yeah, I mean, I guess we have a Crawling Barrens. So I guess there are a couple. I guess we can look at the deck list. Opponent Breeding Pool. Well, play a land and behold the multiverse. Pass the turn. So there is a Torrential Gearhulk and a Shark Typhoon and a Creature Land. So I guess it is technically sort of theoretically possible that you could win the game without the combo. It doesn't seem very likely, but it could happen. Oh, the Mana Tithe counter's staying up. Not just for this stream, but for all future streams. We can't give up on the Mana Tithe now. Why does this deck have so few Bladeswalkers? This is a deck built by Sam Black, so I do not know the answer. Yeah, so I can see the multiple rotations a year. I can definitely see concerns about it making things more expensive. At the same time, I also feel like Arena, the economy is exclusively controlled by Wizards. Like, every single bit of it is controlled by Wizards. So I feel like there isn't really any reason why it should make things... Oh, that's a Tainted Pact. Okay, this could be happening. This could be happening. Thought sees you. Take a peek. Oh my god, dragons for days. Banefire Sarkin. Grim Tutor. Goldspan Dragon. Drakuseth Maw of Flame. So no counters. Well, take the Goldspan. Play the land. So we need black, blue, red, red, red. It's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. This is Dragon's Approach. They just have not drawn a single Dragon's Approach. That's awkward for our opponent. All right. Pathway. Get our friend Lutri. So we have it in 2 turns. We have it in 2 turns if we don't time out. We got to not time out. I have heard that is a challenge. Is it possible to pull off the combo without timing out? We're about to find out. So the end of our opponent's next turn, Tainted Pact, Lutri. Untap, Thassa's Oracle, GG, WP, opponent. Yeah, opponent's deck looks fun. Sarkhan looting away Dragon's Approaches is cute. Well, we will play Castle Lockwain. Pass the turn. All right. Can we do it without timing out? This is what we've been waiting for. About it. I think it'll... Hopefully it stops. Someone's going to take up for mana. Play Drake Youssef. Sure. All right, time for some spam clicking. So end of turn, we will Tainted Pact. We will Lutri Tainted Pact. We will... Wait, put the card in your hand. Decline. Oh my god, that's not fast. Decline. 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 Pact of Negation. Commit to memory. Random land. Vraska's Contempt. Decline that one. Exclude. Brainstorm. Triome. Oh my god, we're going to time out. Decline. Decline. Black card. Decline. We got to stop when we find a Thassa's Oracle. Inquisition. Decline. Negate. Decline. Masterpiece. Regrowth. Decline. Fatal Push. Decline. Land. Decline. Saw it coming. Decline. Island. Decline. Oh no. I'm clicking as fast as I can. Opt. Pathway. Land. Where's this Thassa's Oracle? Watery Grave. Memory Lapse. Decline. Why do they make this so slow? Oh, this is not designed to work with Arena, is it? Neutralize. Oh, we're up against the clock. Oh, Asset Scatter. Take it. Okay, we did something different. How many cards? Oh man, are we going to get there? Are we going to get there? Decline. 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 I don't want to go too far because if we run out of cards, then we also lose. Oh! Oh! Success! Oh! That is stressful. That is so stressful. There is no way you could do it without a timeout. Zero chance. Not even possible. Whew. We pulled it off. Oh, a Neoform combo? Okay. So that's what the deck wants to do. That's what the deck wants to do. So Tainted Pact, you don't actually name anything. I said that wrongly. So basically, Tainted Pact, you just gotta exile the top card of your library a ton of times. You can stop whenever you want to and put that card in your hand, or if you get a second copy of a card, then it fizzles. We don't have any second copies to hit, so we're guaranteed to get what we want. I kind of feel like a... I kind of feel like they need to change the timer a bit or something. That's just so sketchy. Also, it seems like these tutors are worth playing in the main deck. Not 100% sure why we're not playing the tutors in the main deck. Yeah, there needs to be a way to speed it up, I think, a little bit for the sake of arena play. Oh, boy. Also not the easiest deck to sideboard with, because we got like a million one-ofs. Cling to Dust is going to go. Fatal Push is going to go. Even sideboarding, I feel like I'm about to time out. Why are we splashing green for regrowth? Like to beat a counter spell, I guess, is probably the idea. Oh, we are going to time out during sideboarding. Okay. Exclude Essence Scatter out. Negate out. All right, no Tail's End. I don't know. We're running out of time. So the other thing... Hey, what's up, General Chow? How are you? So the other thing about adding a second copy, playing a second copy of Tainted Pact would not fizzle the combo. Although, playing a second Tainted Pact would mean that we cannot play Lutri as our companion, so that would be the cost. And then without having Lutri as our companion, this has a lot of counters. I love this Memory Lapse art. Memory Lapse is an obnoxious card to play against, but that art is just so sweet. So I would get a print of that Memory Lapse art. Yeah, I mean, Lutri's finally found its time to shine. What about the fishbowl list? Yeah, we could try the fishbowl list as well. That's kind of the same concept, except it is not. Why are we playing these pathways? I do not understand. Oh, I guess this is just like an island, essentially, because we got to play all one-ofs, including lands, which is what makes the mana base so wonky. Oh, this deck. What does you could choose new targets for the copy mean? So basically, let's say you cast a lightning bolt at something, and then you Lutri the lightning bolt. You're not locked into lightning bolting the same thing. You could lightning bolt your opponent's face, copy it, and then use the second lightning bolt to target whatever, a creature, a planeswalker or something. Tainted Pact cares about every card though. Hitting the second copy of a land does fizzle Tainted Pact. The beauty of this deck alone justifies Mystical Archives. I know it does look pretty. And this is, I mean, it is really cute to see Lutri doing something. Do you think any of the historic decks from before Strixhaven release have died now that the format has changed? Ooh. Well, I guess we just censor why we can. Can we add one to the Mana Tithe counter? That's basically like getting a Mana Tithe, right? So do I think that decks are dead based on this? Some. I don't think all the old historic decks are dead, though. Like, I think that various aggro decks can probably still keep doing their thing pretty well. Yeah, we're going to play Selene Vision. Pass the turn. Can we get a Sedgemoor Witch Archmage Emeritus deck in Modern with Flusterstorm? Ooh. Actually, so, our Much Brew this week is in Modern, and it might involve a bit of... Yeah, I guess you can draw that one again. And it might involve some spell copying. It doesn't involve those exact cards you mentioned, but yes. We can do some mage oh, thank goodness. Yes, we will take Thought Distortion. I guess we keep the land. Overgrown Tomb, untap, pass the turn. Opponent is all about cheating these dragons into play. Yeah, Mana Tithe the Mana Tithe deck is actually really good. I kind of feel like the white-black Blink deck actually has a lot of potential. Counter it. Scryland. Castle Lochwain will be kept. Get the Lutri. Alright, not there yet, but we're getting close. If we can find the Pact, we got the win. Yeah, I kind of feel a little dirty, because we are just not letting our opponent really do anything. I like making opponents not do anything, but typically not with a bunch of counter spells. Opponent passes. Well, Castle Lochwain. And pass the turn. Opponent. Do you think that Historic is ready for Allied Fastlands? If not, how about Pioneer? Format feels weird not having full cycles. Oh yeah, they are definitely. Ooh, Ilharge. Uh, yeah, let's brainstorm. Those are good magic cards. Put back. Eat to Extinction, Torrential Gearhulk. Actually, no. Let's do this differently. Put back Heartless Act, Maze Mind's Tome. Counter, bounce, draw. Opponent. Opponent. Oh, opponent. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, opponent. I'm not usually like this. This is not our normal style of deck, opponent. Opponent. Each non-land card in your starting deck has a different name. That's a good question. I don't believe so, but maybe? Can you? No one does. I don't. Lutri is a companion I actually have thought about the least because it's the one that has just never seen play. Did you see the new Mutate Land Destruction deck in Historic? It might be something similar to what we played yesterday, actually. Well, that Bajuka Bog's brutal. We had plans for our graveyard opponent. Opponent. Draw a card. Fable Passage. Pass the turn. Alright, so we just gotta find the Pact. We find the Pact, we win the game. Please don't time out. I watched the MTG Commander Top 10, was wondering why the Golgari Dragon wasn't there, especially with the untap land ability. Thoughts? Wait, I think, so General Chow, there's 2 top 10 videos. The first one, oh dear. Huh, okay, yeah. That's actually really good here. The first one was Commander 2021. So the one that went up today was Commander 2021. So none of the main set cards were actually eligible for that one. However, there is one specifically for the main set that'll be coming out in a couple of days. So keep an eye out for that one, and maybe that'll have Bellatrix. Alright, playing the land pass the turn. We're gonna get there eventually. I mean, we only got 37 cards, so I think this is actually how the deck is trying to play. I think the deck is trying to play like a weird control deck, essentially. And then, eventually, after you fully gain control of the game, after you do what we've just done to our poor opponent who's trying to just cast big dragons, then we're able to win with the combo. And that's like our finish for the control deck. So I think that that's the idea. Yeah, I haven't really played. I want to play Green-Black Pests at some point. So we will do some Standard at some point. But Standard just didn't change with the new set. So I've kind of... I don't know. What do you think, chat? Should we be playing more Standard on stream? I know normally... It's so weird. Normally when a new set comes out, that is the thing we play the most of. But then I kind of got the impression during our first stream on release day that people were not interested too much in Standard because everyone was like, you know, play Historic, Standard, don't do it. So I haven't went super deep on Standard, mostly because I didn't think that's what y'all wanted to see, and because I do feel like we're seeing the same few decks over and over and over again. Well, let's eat to extinction. Get rid of the Terror of the Peaks. Mama's Wooden Spoon with the gift sub to GM Dork. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So, we will tap some mana. Oh, we got the win. We will cast Tainted Pact on this. Oh, no. We will Lutri Tainted Pact. And now we do the fun thing. Oh, we will take action. Now we exile our deck. Okay, so the deck does work. I mean, the deck, it can work. We were up against a dragon deck that, while fun-looking, looked a little bit slow and susceptible to people playing interaction. However, okay. I can see the appeal of the combo. I do wish it was, hey, see you, Jaguar. Have a good work day. I can see how the combo is a sweet way to finish the game. I think if you're gonna play the deck, I would say two things. One, hey, what's up, Xerox? I would say you probably don't want to try to combo as quickly as possible, because if you don't have at least one time out saved up, I think you will time out. Number one. So I think you have to actually wait. Updating the deck list command. So I think you have to actually wait until you get at least one timeout saved up. Number one. Number two, you gotta think of it like a control deck rather than a combo deck. Like, think of it like my number one goal is to stop everything my opponent's gonna do, and then eventually on turn 20 or something, I will eventually find my Tainted Pact and be able to win the game. So I think that's how, like, I don't think you want to get your Lutri in your hand too early. Wow. Armchair General. So many gift subs. Handing out gift subs for days. 10 more going to DM Caners. Incissor, the Jolly Flying Man. Smart but worthless. Ben Sirio, Wilson's Rolt, Mr. MVP Player, or MV Player, Lenny Strats, Casual Tyrant, and El Gacho Carol Pipa. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. The other thing about the power of Strixhaven, here's what I'm thinking. And I actually, while it's sad that Standard is not super interesting to me right now, if you, and thank you again, Armchair General, for the subs. If you look at Standard and you think about what's going on, think about where we're at in Standard. A year ago in Standard, this is my guess for Wizards' plan. A year ago in Standard, oh man, my English sounds pretty funny too, but I'm sure my Spanish sounds really funny. Okay, so here's what I think is happening. A year ago, Standard was incredibly broken. It was too powerful. Everyone was freaking out, rightfully, about Okos and companions, more bannings than we'd ever seen in the history of the game. There was a lot of things that were not going well with Standard. So Standard was arguably too powerful, too broken. Oh wait, did I miss a question? What was the question I missed? Hey, thank you, Xerox. I'll take that as a compliment. Can I make an Echoing Equation deck? Echoing Equation will likely be on the Against Odds poll tomorrow. So I'm sure we'll get to it eventually, but if you want to see it sooner, take and vote for it on the poll tomorrow. Yeah, I asked if I can share Jank in return for the gifts. Yes, of course, Armchair General. If you got some Jank to share, go for it. Here's my thinking on Standard and Strixhaven, and I think this might actually be a good plan. So Standard a year ago broken, but what's leaving Standard at the next rotation? Throne of Eldraine, maybe the most broken set of all time. Theros Beyond Death, Uro, Kroxa, some pretty busted stuff. Follow that up with Ikoria, the most broken mechanic of all time. Companions, another really broken set, and a pretty strong core set. So those sets are leaving. What's going to be in Standard at rotation? Zendikar Rising, an interesting and powerful set, but not broken like Throne of Eldraine. We have Kaldheim, an interesting tribal set, but definitely not broken. And then we have Strixhaven, a very unique set, definitely not broken. So I think that Standard is actually going to be really sweet if we make it to rotation. And maybe that was Wizards' plan. Like, maybe Strixhaven not making a big impact. I think Wizards knew it. I think Wizards knew we messed up with Throne of Eldraine. It's busted. We can't just keep power creeping forever. We're gonna power down Strixhaven. However, we also need to be able to sell the set. We gotta be able to sell the set. How can we power down this set while still selling the set? And the answer is make really cool mystical archives that are worth a lot of money and put them in every pack. People play historic, people buy the packs to get the mystical archives for commander or whatever, and we can do this to power down standard, because if you look at the sets that are in standard right now, I think it's going to be super fun. Like, if you look at it post-rotation, we just Zendikar Rising, and we just Keldheim, and we just Strixhaven, I actually think that has the foundation of a potentially good standard. Would Rogues still be too good? I think that's a good question, although I'm actually not sure that it would be. Lurrus will be gone. Into the story, the huge refill spell will be gone. Drown in the Lock, the spell that really makes the deck so strong, having a essentially unconditional counter and removal spell, because you have the mill deck, will be gone. So I think that Rogues, and they also lose Thieves Guild Enforcer. So I think that unless there are replacements printed, I don't think that Rogues would survive. Maybe you can play some sort of like rogue-ish control deck, but I don't think we would have a full-on Rogues deck in our next standard. So I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. I'm hoping that Wizards' plan is to power things down, and post-rotation is going to be amazing. And if the cost is, for the next few months, Strixhaven doesn't have a big impact on Standard, in the long run, I think that would be worth it. So I hope that that's the plan. The other possibility is Wizards thought Learn Lesson was going to be busted. They thought that the Deans were way better than they actually were, or they just don't care about Standard and printed a bunch of Commander stuff and historic stuff, and we're like, what do we care about Standard anyway? That would be the depressing, and I think less likely possibility. But Eldraine is it's absurd. It's really insane how strong Eldraine was, just from top to bottom, start to finish. It'll be a set that people are talking about years from now. The way that we talk about like Urza's block, the way that we talk about like Mirrodin, the way that we talk about New Phyrexia, I think that is the same way that it's going to be with Eldraine in a few years. Hey, what's up, Guadi? You have missed some really good Mana Tithing, and now we decided to close out the stream. People wanted to see the Lutri Tainted Pact combo, so we're doing a little Lutri packing as our second deck. No single set is warping as Eldraine in Standard. That is very likely true. Well, no, I don't know about that. No recent set for sure. I think, I mean, if you go back to like Affinity with Mirrodin, that was pretty warping. I think what sets Eldraine apart for me is, if you look at something like Mirrodin, it was really that Wizards just kind of like missed high with a new mechanic, which is something we've talked about before. Like, when Wizards makes mistakes, one of the most common mistakes is we're doing something we've never done before. We want that something to see play, and we kind of just like go a bit too far with that something. That's something we saw with like vehicles, we saw with equipment. So you can argue that in Mirrodin, it's not like Wizards just massively overpowered the entire set. They kind of just missed really high on artifact stuff. And on the affinity mechanic in specific. With Eldraine, the thing that makes Eldraine so insane and sets it apart is it's really just like top to bottom, the set is everything costs one less mana than it. Like, everything costs less mana or has more power and toughness. Like, The list is insane. It is insane. And we saw that with the bannings. Like, you ban Oko. Then you have adventures rise up. You ban adventure cards. And they're still the top tier archetype. Like, remember when Lucky Clover was a thing? Like, that was a thing in Standard. And adventures is still, like, the best thing going. I have Great Henge. You have Embercleave. You have Rankle that sees play back to Modern and Pioneer. You have Kenrith, which was key pieces of decks that got banned, like Fires of Invention. You have Robber of the Rich. Staple sees play in older formats on occasion. You have Stonecoil Serpent. Even that sees play in older formats. Like, even going way down the list, the Castle Cycle, Drown in the Lock, Emery, Modern Staple, Gildagoose sees play across formats, Witchclaw Talisman, it's in our deck right now, Charming Princess sees play in Modern, Once Upon a Time, banned everywhere. It's not like they just missed on a mechanic. They just pushed the entire set to the absolute maximum, like, to such a ridiculous extent. Veil of Summer was actually Corset 2021, but it did get banned at the same time. But it was actually printed in, or Corset 2020 rather. Does Rankle see play Modern? Rankle has seen play in Pioneer and Historic. I think it has seen a little bit of like fringe Modern play, but it's definitely not a Modern staple. It was, I would say, a Pioneer staple. I haven't played much Pioneer recently, but it was a very heavily played card in the mono black aggro decks, which is one of the best cards in the format. Yeah, they also missed pretty high with the Brawl decks. Corvald, Chulane. I guess the Night one's not too bad, and Alayla is not super bad, but they did aim pretty high with those two. Opponent gets in hits us. Down to 18. Opponent. Okay, so my theory is, and I've heard a lot of other people disagree with this theory when I mention it to them. My theory is that it had to do with Arena. And this is just my theory. There's no proof, evidence, whatever. Don't take this as being a real thing. This is my opinion of it. My opinion, Tinfoil Hat Seth. Hey, awesome, Alex. Congratulations. It's definitely sweet to be able to start doing things again after you get the vaccination. I've noticed it's weird. Like, wow, after a year of not doing anything, it's kind of nice to be able to like start doing things again. But here's my theory. Throne of Eldraine was the set that launched Arena. Like, that was a set that launched Arena. That was when they had the huge, big push, the advertising, the like fake view tournaments or whatever, the embedded view tournaments as advertising. Tons of money being thrown around to advertise the client, to pro players, the MPL, to influencers, sponsored stuff. So that was a big push. They wanted to make sure Arena succeeded. They put a ton of money into advertising. To me, it seems believable that they were like, hey, we're launching Arena at this time. Make sure that this set's pretty good. Like, make sure that this set is good because we want people hyped. We want them to try our new client. So, make sure that that's a powerful set. That's what I think in tinfoil hat Seth theory. To me, that seems, to me that doesn't even seem tinfoil hatty. That seems like what I would do if I was, oh my god. That seems like what I would do if I was running Wizards. And, ooh, that's actually pretty good. If I was running Wizards, that is essentially just exactly what I would do. Like, why wouldn't I try to make sure the set was good to advertise my new set? To me, that doesn't seem like some crazy conspiracy theory. It's just like, duh. But obviously it's not confirmed or anything. A tinfoil hat scoops would actually be hilarious. Alright, Coma, out of here. Mill the Extinction Event. So we've successfully found... We found the Thassa's Oracle. So if we ever find Tainted Pact, we just win. And winning would be pretty awesome. Blue, colorless, colorless, black. I guess we'll take an island. And pass the turn. So we don't even... So we can use Lutri fairly this game. We can use Lutri fairly to just copy something for value. Because we don't need to copy Tainted Pact. Well, Arena officially went out of beta and like officially launched with Eldraine. So yes, it was in beta and it was a thing that existed before that for a year or two. But that was the big like official launch. Yeah, I've been doing too much story time. Too much story time, not enough actual playing of Magic, I guess. Well, we will cling to dust. You know what? Let's just make a shark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make a shark. Opponent probably has removal in hand. It would make sense that that would be what is sitting in hand. But that's fine. Crawling Barrens. More colorless lands. Opponent passes. We'll play Castle Vantress. Get a Lutri. No attacks past the turn. Alright. Yeah, we gotta store up a timeout here, so we gotta pay attention for a minute. Can Lutri and Epiphany create infinite tokens? No, Lutri was worded very, very safely, where it only copies if you cast it from your hand. Or if you cast it. It doesn't say from hand, but you have to cast it, so it doesn't work with the copy loops. I think I'd rather just... I don't think we're planning on winning with the shark. I think I'm planning on the shark dying, and hopefully... Oh, God. Okay. Exclude you? Opponent counters. Well, exile Shark Typhoon, draw a card. Okay, that's not great. About it. Ooh, we're running out of time. Inquisition doesn't feel great. What creatures are in the graveyard? None? Oh, well, maybe that's not that big of a deal. Well, Inquisition you, I guess. Tag the Maelstrom Pulse. Pathway on blue. Pass the turn. Yeah, with no creatures in the graveyard, Scarab God's not actually that scary. Opponent combat. Well, Sublime Epiphany. Bounce, copy, draw. Kill the Scarab God. Come on, Tainted Pact! That's all we need. Opponent hits us. Scarab God goes away. For now. Oh, is this a turn stack? Oh, that's awkward. Alright. Tameo. Oh, this deck plays some long games, doesn't it? I saw the color of that and thought of the pack for a second. Yeah, I wish. We're so close. Opponent going to get back a Thought Seize. Wow. They're going to cash in for a Thought Seize? Oh. Well, okay. Now we got to find a Recollect. So now we gotta find Recollect. Assuming they take the Oracle, which they should. Are you going to take Ludri? Whoa! Opponent does not know what we're doing. Okay. Well, that makes things easier. Kill the Tamiyo. Play a Crawling Barrens. Pass the turn. Opponent picked the absolute wrong card. It's recollect, not recollect. I think those aren't those the same words? They seem similar. Opponent. Well, I can't believe our opponent took that one. Oh, maybe we do try to win with damage. Okay, maybe we're doing the backup plan. Since we have this Crawling Barrens. Pump it, pump it. This is going to force a chump. Alright, well, either we draw a Tainted Pact or we just we win the wrong way? The hard way? The boring way? One of those. Well, alright, Crawling Barrens. Go to combat. Attack you. We got the negate if necessary. Opponent has to cash in their Scarab God for Crawling Barrens. Oh. Actually, we can just exile it this way. Exile it. Draw a card. Flavor apart, wouldn't it be better to play 4 Lutries in the main deck? So you can only play 1 copy of cards for Tainted Pact to work. So that's kind of the sticking point. So Tainted Pact fizzles when you hit the second copy of a same card. So there's a lot of... This is just a really weird deck in a whole bunch of different ways. I would like to just hit the Tainted Pact and win the cool way. But we only have a 1 in 33 chance, which is not... That's not very much. Yeah, if you don't play Lutri, then you have slightly different requirements. Then... I mean, you still have some amount of fizzle. You still have some amount of fizzle issues, though, right? Or no? Well, play Narset. Tig down. Opt. Well, opt. That's not Tainted Pact to the bottom. Fire up Crawling Barrens. Go attacking. I guess our opponent just does this forever. Opponent blocks. Sure. Land on blue. Pass the turn. Opponent. Yeah, we could scry with the castle, but I feel like we got enough other options at the moment. Scarab God returns. Oh, we're going to find it one of these years. We get to dig pretty deep. Odds are increased. Yeah, we actually got to negate that. If we lose the Thassa's Oracle, it's real bad. Dig down. Tainted Pact. Come on. Tainted Pact. Alright. Alright, we'll just win. Boo! Winning! Oh. I've never been so disappointed to just win a game. Oh! Yes! Oh, that's so sweet. You know what? Out of respect, opponent, you can have that one. You can have that one. That's fine. We'll wait another turn and try to combo. Opponent cycles the Triumph. Oh. Oh, opponent made such a sweet play, and then made such a... Opponent made such a sweet play to stay alive, and then they cycled their Triumph into Narset, and they could have done it at instant speed. It was the best of times and the worst of times for our poor opponent. All right. Well, now we go back to ridiculous sideboarding plan. Bring in a bunch of random cards. We'll go down Fatal Push. We'll go down... This deck is something else. We'll go down Exclude, an Essence Scatter. We'll go down a Shadow's Verdict. We'll go down a... I don't even know. Inquisition of Kozilek. We'll go down... Did you miss the white deck? You did, although we might play some more in the future. Not today. With how long this match is going, this will very likely be the final match of our stream tonight. Although we will find someone sweet to raid. But yes, the deck was sweet. I really liked it. So I would not be surprised if we play some more of it in the future. I don't even know. Does our sideboarding even matter? With this, okay, how about Mind Stone? Let's go down the one Mind Stone. I feel like leaving in a little bit of exile stuff is okay. Like, Scarab God and Coma we saw, and they both like being exiled. Do you enjoy Magic just for playing weird janks, or do you enjoy super meta competitive deck? I mean, mostly playing jank for the most part. I do like some meta decks, and I do enjoy winning. So I'm not, I consider myself like a semi-competitive player. In the sense that, Doc Geo for the 30th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Be super here for you. I consider myself like a semi-competitive player in the sense that I'm trying to win, but I'm trying to win mostly in my own way. Do you think there's a good discard deck in Historic? I think there was. Whether or not it matches up against the current Strixhaven Mystical Archive fueled meta, that I don't know. Old Ben X! There's supposed to be a funny picture, but I can't draw. Well, welcome to the Fishbowl. Even without the funny picture, we will still accept it. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup tier for you. Thank you. Yeah, I think Mono Black Tiny Bones discard, I have had a lot of success. Every time I've played it, I've had a lot of success with it. So I really like that deck. Huh. I guess we should have played a basic island. Well, land, go. About it. Semi-competitive, semi-literate. That is, I guess that is arguably true. Grixis discard? Like Nicole Bolas shenanigans? That sounds sweet. Ooh, there's Grim Tutor. I'll play the land. Pass the turn. About it. Yeah, that's probably good enough to memory lapse. Let's slow things down. Spent so many wildcards trying to get janky pseudo-storm to be a thing. Now we have a real storm. Yeah, the storm decks are actually decent. Better than I thought they would be. I thought they were going to be, like, really janky, but they're actually, like, fairly reasonable. And other than Mystical Archives being ridiculously expensive, not super expensive to put together. Tameo. Okay. Sure. Opponent takes up. Thoughtseize mills 3 lands and a counter. Oh, we untap. Pathway on green. 8-2 Extinction Tameo. Keep the swap past the turn. Alright. I mean, we're doing the control thing. Soft Echo! Yeah, we got some good Mana Tithes. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super here for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I enjoyed both of them. I enjoyed Green Black. Like Golgari Storm. The Sultai version, I'm still kind of meh on. But I like Golgari Citadel Storm is super fun to play. I also think Mono Red Storm is pretty fun to play. So both of them I found very enjoyable. Foil Demonic Tutor. Oh, yeah, that is an amazing open. And a really sweet looking card. The Mystical Archives do look amazing. Yeah. I don't know. Mono Red, it really depends on the matchups, I think. Mono Red is fairly disruptible. Mono Red is relatively disruptible by decks with heavy creature removal. I think Golgari's better in those matchups. But yeah. I mean, they're both really cool. I hope that neither one of them ends up being like super duper tip top tier. Because I think that having the format be mostly driven by Storm would probably not be super fun for most people. But I do hope that they both are good enough that they're like playable. Why is Regrowth the only green card that you're running? And after playing this deck, would you change it? So it's definitely weird to have the single Regrowth, although I think it's basically because otherwise a timely Thoughtseize on Tainted Pact would more or less beat us. So I think there's a reason for it. Whether or not that's a good enough reason, I guess, remains to be seen. But yeah, I think it's necessary. Opponent, more duresses. We brainstorm. Put back. Put back these two. Draw saw it coming. Opponent gets to take our Grim Tutor. I pulled a foil Divine Gambit. That is not optimal. Kind of a bummer. Well, alright. Behold the multiverse. Bottom top. Castle Lockwain. And alright, let's just pass. Boy, this deck plays some sloggy long control games, doesn't it? Opponent. Well, we're gonna counter that. It's really weird that our opponent knows, because we're a Lutri deck, it's really weird that our opponent knows every time we cast a card, they essentially don't have to worry about that card for the rest of the game. Very, very, very odd, I would say. Ooh, hard cast Shark Typhoon. Well, Illumination. Oh dear. Play a land past the turn. That's going to be bad news. That's going to be really bad news. Ooh. Do you think that Divine Gambit could be playable in Death and Taxes deck if you control their hand with discard? Honestly, I mean, I could construct a scenario where Divine Gambit would not be the the worst card that has ever existed. I can construct it in my mind. So there are scenarios where I could be like, okay, it would be good there. I think the thing is, so let's say you play Death and Taxes, and you play a bunch of discard spells, and you play Containment Priest, and you play all that stuff. So you just overload on things that can work with Divine Gambit. The problem is, like, you could just play Declaration in Stone and not have to build around. Like, your reward just isn't enough. Like, if your reward was, I win the game, or I get this really powerful creature, then I would be like, okay, like, I can see that. I think it's worth putting in the deck building work to make this happen. But when your reward is, like, a not even very great removal spell, like maybe slightly upgraded Declaration in Stone, like, so sure, like, I think you could make it work, but I just don't think it's worth, I don't think it's worth the effort. You're not getting enough, there's just not enough of a payoff to really make it worth putting that amount of effort into it, in my opinion. I don't know, though. Like, if Wizards didn't, I think Wizards thought it was going to be very competitive. I think Wizards thought that it was going to be essentially like the white Assassin's Trophy or something. I really do. Because here's the thing. If it was just in Keldheim, sure. You know, random, unique, bad limited removal spell. Every set has those. But the fact that it was also a Mystical Archive, to me, that's a pretty clear sign that Wizards thought it was going to be an actual card outside of limited. That's my take. So I think that Wizards really thought players were going to be like, "Whoa, that's a great white removal spell," when everyone was like, "Why in the world would I play this card?" That's my thinking. I thought they really thought it was going to be a good card. How does Blast Zone work? You can sack it to destroy everything with a number of counters equal to its 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Destroy everything equal to the number of counters it has. I mean, we're either packed or bust here. And bust. Oh, wow, this is the world's longest the world's longest match. We don't play that many control decks, but this deck is control-y. Very, very control-y. I want to build a Teferi's Protection deck in the near future. I think they had said that originally it was supposed to be 1 white mana, but then I don't even know. They had some justification about how it played or something at 1 mana that they didn't like, so they increased the cost of it. I was never 100% clear what the issue was. It was, yeah, I was never sure what the issue was, but they mentioned it in an article. I don't even think it would be too good for limited at that cost, though. Like, that's the part that confuses me. Because the problem isn't that, the problem is your opponent putting a thing into play. So, like, let's say you could do it on turn 1 instead of turn 2. That just gives your opponent their 5-drop finisher on turn 1 rather than on turn 2. I don't think this, I don't know. I don't know about a decent limited card. I think, is it a card that theoretically could be playable in the right circumstance? I'll give it that. Like, I can see limited situations where it's good. Like, oh, my opponent has run out of cards, we're on turn 10. Or, oh, it's like turn 7, and my opponent played their bomb, and sure, they're going to put something else into play, but at least it's not their best card. So I can construct scenarios where it's good, but I don't know. Some of you have probably played more Keldheim Limited than I have. Is it a card that you're, like, actively looking to snap off with a high pick? I would assume that it's like a 14th, 15th pick, and it probably wouldn't make my main deck unless I was super, super desperate. It goes late, so it's an easy pickup. What if Divine Gambit is good and no one's tested it? I mean, I feel like as far as constructed, I think it's like so obviously problematic to make it work that it's, I don't know. Like, because if you think about it, like, you're playing against a deck, and you could just think in your head, okay, like, let's say I could exile my opponent's best thing, and they got to put something into play from their hand. I think even without having it in your deck, it's pretty easy to be able to come to the conclusion that it's probably not something you would want in most constructed decks. It's something I thought about, like, oh, we could do it for, like, against the odds. The problem is what we talked about before. Like, what's the payoff? So let's say you build an against the odds deck. What's the deck? It's White Weenie, and you're playing a weird removal spell, and then the cool thing the deck is doing is, like, exiling your opponent's creature and hoping not to get blown out. So I don't even know. Yeah, it just doesn't. It just doesn't do anything that's, I think, cool enough to show up in something like Against the Odds. At least that's where I've been with it. I don't know how you could, like, if you want to go really deep, yeah, like, if you're going to build Against Odds, it's like, try to, like, play Emrakul in my deck, and then play a Hive Mind so my opponent, like, copies it, but I think that's, like, that is such a long shot plan that I'm not actually sure that it would actually ever happen in the amount of matches that we have to actually play it. Well, yeah. An extinction event in our set. Or eat to extinction. Mill the land. Pass the turn. So I guess this is going to come down to, can we find a way to resolve the combo before our opponent times out? They did with Narset. Must have had a lot of lands. Ooh, this looks like Coma, maybe? I mean, we can get our combo pieces. The problem is, it's pretty much a one-shot deal. So if we do it, and our opponent can counter it, then then it's going to be really hard to ever reassemble. I think that's another, we're seeing the other kind of, like, somewhat issue with the deck is, like, even if things go well and we pull off the combo, it's so fragile. Someone was asking about regrowth, and I think that is the reason that regrowth has to be in the deck is, like, so look at this scenario. We got our stuff in hand, Duress, Thoughtseize, a counter spell, any of those things, and we don't just lose the ability to win next turn. We lose the ability to combo for the rest of the game until we can somehow get the Tainted Pact back from our graveyard. Isn't Divine Gambit a May ability? I don't think there's any way it could ever be a gotcha, even in your Magical Christmas Land put cards in their hand. Well, no, it would be the opposite. So if you're going to try to, if I was going to build Against Odds Divine Gambit and try to make it do something spectacular. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, but we're a mana short? Well, get rid of the Coma. We don't have the mana to cast the Oracle. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh. Yeah. I guess you're right. I guess we actually could have won there because of, well, we'll do it next turn. Yeah, I wasn't thinking of, you're right. We could have used Talisman to get the Oracle. Yeah, that was on me. We should use the Talisman. Hopefully we're still good to just do the same thing next turn, but you're right. I was thinking we were mana short of Lutri, Copy It, Pact. Oh. Well, if we lose, that's... Okay, opponent does not have a counter. If we lose, then that's on me. I did say there would probably be punts if we... Talisman? I used to say Talesman, and everyone yelled at me for Talesman. So then I tried to pronounce it the way the letters suggested, and apparently that's not right either. Ooh, Mystical Dispute. Okay, so, boom. Wishclaw. Talisman. Get the Thassa's Oracle. Tainted Pact. Decline. Can we do it without timing out? We gotta get through 39 cards. That's a Castle Lockway. That's a Salundi Vision. That's a Maze Mind Stone. We gotta read each card. That's a Crawling Barrens. That's a Neutralize. That's the Regrowth. That's a Censor. Next on our list, we get a Pathway. We get a Torrential Gearhawk out of here. We get a Snow-Covered Island. We get a Thought Distortion, and another Pathway, and our Narset, and our Blast Zone, and our Breeding Pool, and our Duress, and a Fabled Passage, and a Brainstorm, and a Swamp. And, oh my god. Look at the card. Look at the card. You must look at the card. Yes, Arena does want you to look at each and every one. Yeah. I mean, that is how Tainted Pact is worded, so I guess in some sense, Arena is trying to do it properly. We do want to exile every single card this time. Because we don't have anything on the battlefield. Upper Devotion, Decline. We have 2 cards left. We have 1 card left. 0 cards left. Thassa's Oracle. Oh! Wow! Wow. But yeah, I mean, if our opponent killed it with the trigger on the stack, then we would lose. What a ridiculous grindy game. So, what did we learn today? And overall, we actually went 2-1 with the Tainted Pact deck. So the Tainted Pact deck, it appears to actually be pretty reasonable. So it is a control deck, and you're going to play long, grindy games. Like we talked about during the match. Like, if you play the deck, think of it as a control deck where you're trying to win with a combo in the late game rather than combo deck, and it'll go much better. We also had a lot of success with the White-Black Blink. We built up Yorion version, which is okay, but the combo of Mana Tithe, 7 of them, and Ephemerate, and these tricky Blink creatures actually seems very well suited for Historic right now. Most importantly, Cal's Blood Mage, sneaky all-star that actually did a ridiculous amount of work, and I think it's going to actually be good. I think it was good, so... what was the list for Ephemerate? I will stick it in the chat real quick. On that note, everyone, I'm going to find someone to raid here, but I think... that brings us to the end of our stream for today. So what is coming up? 7 Mana Tithes today, which, not bad. Those are the ones that resolved. They had to resolve and counter something and not get paid for. So, coming up, Replay YouTube, you can find the old streams. Normal YouTube, Against Odds tomorrow, playing some sweet Strixhaven Standard, and then on Friday, we got a sweet Strixhaven Modern Much Brew, and one more shout out to our sponsor tonight, Card Kingdom. if you need some magic cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free Scoop Soldier sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes, and they will hook you up. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Seriously, y'all are amazing and awesome, and I love each and every one of you, and we'll be back on Thursday. Next stream is Thursday night. I don't know if we'll be playing, I don't know what we'll be playing today on Thursday. Maybe some more historic, maybe some limited, something fun. So until then, everyone, have a wonderful... Hey, what's up, Paps? Good to catch you for a minute. But yeah, we'll be doing some more streaming on Thursday. So until then, everyone, have a wonderful night. So I played MTG Naya Tokens. Wait, so last I played Naya Tokens work. I haven't seen Naya Tokens recently, but I think some of the pieces are there, so you might be able to make something work. So thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out and being awesome. Have a great night. Have a great Wednesday. I'll see you on Thursday. Until then, I will talk to you soon.